I want somebody to beatbox our intro for us from now on. Can you beatbox it?
That is one skill I absolutely lack. So.
Oh, damn. I know Jared's up to the challenge.
I can do it. Here we go.
Go.
Oh, wait. You really want me to do it? All right. Let me try.
You missed the opportunity.
Hey, wait, how does the song go again? Can you tell me how the song goes again?
No, it's too late. It's too late. What's up, comic fans? Welcome to the couch.
Yep. Happy
couch affair.
Yeah.
Have some fun with this one. We are gonna celebrate with the homie David here, and
hi, David.
Hello.
Looks like we've got other homies that are joining too.
Holy, it's Hayden and Puffy.
Hi. Hello.
Like what's up, guys?
How are
you? The top-down camera sells it, Hazen. That's what I'm going to get at right now. That's awesome. That is the way
bird's eye view.
I just brings that in.
You're just like, hold on. Turns a little gear over here to the side. The camera pans around it all elegantly. So yeah, everybody, welcome to Couch. Matt has a normal intro, and I just totally skipped over it. And
it wasn't a normal intro today, actually. I was going to mention the fact that it was Spider-Man Day yesterday, and we got a crappy image. That was it.
Okay.
Really?
You just delayed us all for this?
Hold on. Hold the phone. Why do we have a crappy image of Spider-Man?
Because everybody was expecting at least some kind of big reveal, and
Jared, do you know how many times J. Jonah Jameson has asked that exact same question? He expects quality, and it's hard to get.
Many.
Well,
tell me.
We have a reveal for these guys. Can we play the video? Let everybody know why there's so many.
Why are you, dude? You got to work into it.
That way people know why there's so many additional people on the couch. This is a big couch.
People like to hang out with us. Everybody, don't pay attention to that man.
Jared.
Oh, what happened to
the is my volume not working?
Rip David.
No, your volume's working.
Wait, rip somebody. Oh, rip Andrew. There we go.
Totally brought you back, and you took yourself back off.
It's so funny. It's so funny. I'm about to ban Jared, guys. So
do it. I dare you. I don't think you got the cojones.
Okay, so
I dare you.
Let's play this video. Let's get the ball rolling. Let's get the information flowing. That way we get to chat. We can talk to these guys about what's so important and what's going on, and
sling it, poet.
Have some fun. All right.
We tried to tell them it was coming, But unfortunately, our warnings fell on deaf ears. So now, it's up to us. While I know that we're up against one of the most feared officers in the Empire, I also know that you guys are up to the task. So let's go! We've got a city to save!
These pea-brained furballs have no idea what's coming. I'm about to go down in history as the greatest hero the Empire's ever seen. And I only gotta burn down one single little city to do it. So get ready, boys! We're about to have ourselves a barbecue.
Cloudscratcher, join the adventure on Indiegogo.
All right, who did the laugh? That's all I want to know.
Who did the laugh?
That's what you want to know. He's asking who the voice talent is.
Golf clap.
Hazen, golf clap, everybody. Let's give it up for Hazen. My goodness.
All right, guys.
The next Mark Hamill.
There you go. Would you guys like to tell the community like what we just watched and why this is such a big deal?
Those are my characters moving.
Yeah. That was the animated trailer to the Cloudscratcher's Indiegogo launch, and we've been brewing that up for it seems like it's been a decade, but it's really only been about a month. But man, Cody has helped out a ton because he was kind of directing it shot by shot. He was giving us the necessary keyframes and like camera instructions. And then I've been fortunate. Vivid has had we're pulling together a very, very small, very talented group of people, and they helped us out on the animation and got that stuff, man, right up to the down to the day. I think we were still editing this thing together the other day. And then Hazen, fortunately, he knows his way around a microphone much, much better than me, so he was able to take point. And with Cody again helping with the direction on voice actors, again, not bad for like a shoestring budget. That's kind of inflating the budget a little more, but we got this thing put together because seriously, the Cloudscratcher book, it's a really fun adventure, and I wanted to make sure that people kind of understood just what it's about, what the flavor is, and animation's a really good way to get that across nice and fast. So we put together this trailer to hopefully get you guys excited about the Indiegogo for Cloudscratcher that is live now.
Yeah, so everybody can go to Indiegogo right now. There's a link inside of the chat that everybody can get to. And then real quick, let's go back through all the chat. I see the one that JD Smith DigiArtist put up. What was that animated in?
That was animated mostly in Clip Studio. Clip Studio. Then I think I used an old student version of After Effects for a lot of the compositing on that. But we're kind of thinking about maybe for our next project shifting over to Blender, because Blender's got a really strong 2D software suite at this point, and it also automatically has the 3D features, the 3D camera moves. But this was Clip Studio taking point all the way. Clip Studio is really nice for animation.
Nice.
Hey, you guys are already at 20%.
Killing it.
Congratulations.
It's kind of a shock when I got the message. I didn't expect us to jump to $1,000 already. It was...
Yeah, that is a really solid start. So I'm encouraged that we're probably going to go all the way on this one.
Let's go all the way.
Go all the way.
You better go all the way. All the way.
All right. Rose Kirby comes
All
in
the
on
way.
YouTube, and yes, Rose, we have noticed that your avatar has changed. Congratulations. Says hello, Cody, Fry, Jared, Matt, Top Chat, and International Chat Pack. It is international. It's kind of creepy. Nobody's Illusion says hello. How is everyone tonight?
Fantastic.
Andrew Dodge comes in to say, hey, everyone, happy launch day. Cloudscratcher, let's go. And for the record, I beat Fry in backing and got #1. And then a whole bunch of
Oh, my
peers of him
gosh.
beating me up.
Oh, slow down. Go back up real fast.
Hold on, wait a second. We're gonna go through those. Let's get through chat real quick first, Jared.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Real quick, man. Chris came in on Facebook, says this intro is the best I've seen. Major.
Oh no!
Goodbye,
Yeah.
Fry.
No, we'll read chat.
Tyler, I'll just tell you right now, the kudos were to Fry because he created that intro, but that's what we think of him when he talks back.
Can you
better be
stop
careful.
doing that, Jared?
He'll come back more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Take your hand off of your mouse. You just did that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
See IPs.
Dude, I'm telling you, I didn't do that. I was cracking a joke to cover for you.
This has got to stop. All right, Sean says, "Hey guys,
I'm tired of this. I'm switching places with you right now."
I feel like we're looking at the Brady Bunch intro from hell. What is going on with this? This is why you guys work in separate locations. If you were in the same physical space, there would have been a multiple murder by now.
You're gonna find out next weekend, David. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh, that's right.
You better
we got Tommy
David.
coming in on Facebook saying "Big Couch tonight." It is, and then keep in mind, guys, inside of the chat, you guys are going to see this on YouTube. You're going to see this on Twitch. And you're going to see this on Facebook. This is the link and the URL that you can take to go over to Indiegogo. You can find the campaign for Cloudscratcher. Like, check it out. Most definitely check it out. If you can't financially back it, if you can't support it that way, you can always support it by sharing it out, telling some friends, letting others know. It's a really awesome, very family-friendly story as well, which is, we try our best, but a lot of times they might not be always family-friendly. But not only that, like it's pretty rad because this isn't just one book. This is for the whole first volume. You know what I mean? Which is absolutely rad.
It's the first 2 story arcs in one book.
Yeah. Cody, you've been doing this comic for how many years now, too?
6 years about.
Nice.
6 years.
Been 84 years.
So this is going to be a massive hardcover first edition of years and years of comic work. I think it's isn't it running like 200 pages, something in that range?
Oh, way more than that. I think. Hold on, I can actually get you the number real quick because the pages.
He's got like one of those countdown timers where it goes all the way down to like how many minutes since he first had the idea.
513 pages.
Oh, damn. That is a huge, huge comic.
Yeah.
That's not even comic anymore. That's well past graphic novel at that point, right?
Memoir, my friend.
Yeah.
All right, Willie
I'm
Silver.
already like halfway through the first season, and there's supposed to be 8 seasons, so it's gonna be a hell of a lot longer.
Nice.
Well, we got Willie Silver. This is a familiar name from CouchCon.
Hey, Willie.
Evidence saying, "Yay, Hazen."
Oh,
we got Mythix in here as well, saying, "Yo, what's up, Mythix?"
Oh, cool.
What's up, Mythix?
Hey,
like what? One of my favorite creators. I like Mythix. Rose Kirby on YouTube saying, "What do you think of my picture? Give me a thumbs up. I think it's great."
Oh yeah,
thumbs up.
The roses.
It looks like a bouquet of roses. So is that you and your friends?
Woo for the launch day. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know if you guys have mentioned this yet, but like you can like check this out. Like you can go read all of Cloudscratcher that there is on cloudscratcher.com for free, just like you can with Dreamkeepers, and see it like, oh yeah, this is cool. This is something I want to support. Like go read it and check out the Indiegogo, and you can see like what you're going to be getting, but in like a nice printed format. Apparently a 500-page story grimoire that you can set on your coffee table, and people go, what is that? What is that gigantic book? It's Cloudscratcher. It's an indie comic I supported and got this gigantic book out of it.
It's not only going to have the what you see on the website, the art. I'm going to be tweaking the artwork a little bit here and there, and also there's going to be unique, like I guess pictures, fun images, whatever, and at least one little side story too that was previously exclusive to patrons, but it's going to be in the book.
Oh, so I didn't even know that.
So are there things that are exclusive to this Indiegogo campaign as compared to what you offer to the Patreons? Or are there things that the Patreons have that will not be an Indiegogo?
Yeah, there's like the book's going to have a bunch of unique pieces of artwork that are going to be only in the book. And space permitting, time permitting, there's another like little bits of side story that I want to put in the book as well that's going to be exclusive to the book. Nothing like that, if you don't get the book, you'll be out of the loop on the story, but just, side lore fluff kind of thing.
No, but you'll be out of the loop on all the lore. And then when Volume 2 and Volume 3 come out, all those people would be out. They wouldn't have any idea what the lore is.
I'm
Well-
legitimately kind of interested in learning more about the lore anyways, because when I was reading through on the website, that was one of the things that kind of started to come to life, was the idea that this, it's a world that takes place totally above the clouds, and it's like, well, why can't they go down to the surface? What's the kind of the story with that? How do these different empires rise up? And so I don't know, there's like normally when you're just reading a webcomic, you don't really think about that too much, but there's just like little hints sprinkled here and there that kind of indicate that Cody has actually thought through all of that, and there are answers to those questions. And so it's just got me a little curious, and I'm kind of looking forward to beyond just like the action and the characters and the drama of evil snake people trying to bomb the living heck out of a city. I'm looking forward to sort of learning more about why is that world set up the way it is.
I want to know why people can't go on the ground. Maybe that's already been explored. I ain't got to that yet, but
It's been touched on that there are people down on the ground, but down on the ground is it's a hell of a place down there. It's not fun.
it must be.
And the people that live down there, like a lot of stuff comes from down there, like a lot of strong people and I guess techniques you could call it. Like people have learned how to do a lot of crazy stuff, and it's stuff all from down there, because it's like, above the clouds, it's a normal, there's normal cities, it's normal airplane fights, it's a regular world up there. Down there, it's Nightmare Town. And if you're living down there, you need to either be strong, crazy, or have something else, some kind of advantage, because there's nowhere safe down there. You get little tastes here and there throughout the comic of mentions of like stuff coming from down there, and at one point you see like below the clouds that you see, there's more down there before you can even get to the surface, and you kind of get more of an idea of at the end of this book, you'll get a little more of idea of why people don't go down there. It's not fun. It's not good times.
Cool.
Unless you're a bad A, right? If you're a bad A, you can live down there, right?
Oh, yeah. Most people down there are bad A's. That's how they live down there.
See, that's where I hang out. Ground level, baby.
I'll tell you guys what.
So
If you want to catch up, no, Jared. If you guys want to catch up on all the lore, I'm putting a link in chat right now for that Patreon. There you go.
Nice.
Nice. And
I need to clarify something real quick. So you guys have the Indiegogo going right now, which just launched.
Yeah.
And that is for issue 1 and 2.
Well, volume 1, the big collection with
Okay, so that's just volume 1.
Mm-hmm.
And that okay, so then you have the Patreon. That's another place that you have amassed a large amount of reading. And then you also have issue 1 in Crypto Comics Marketplace with audio. So those are is there any other places besides
there's chapter
those 3?
2 and chapter 3 are both inside of Crypto Comics.
Yeah, and then chapter 4 will be coming soon now that the book is out.
Okay, so what does volume 1 account for?
It's the first 7 chapters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Okay.
chapters 1 through 4 are episode 1. The story arcs, to kind of fit with the 90s animation theme, the story arcs are all episodes. So episode 1 is chapters 1 through 4. Episode 2 is chapters 5 through 7. And that's going to all be
Okay. Oh, hey guys, look, you got number 6. Willie came in. He got your back. Woo! Thank you, Willie.
So, guys, I just want to apologize ahead of time, but because this doesn't happen as frequently as you would imagine, I have to highlight these elements in chat because they're specific to Jared. Mythics come in saying, "You cannot stop Jared. Jared is inevitable." And directly after that, on another platform, J. Smith Digiartist says, "Damn, Matt putting the shush down on Jared. Impressed golf club."
It's like we were all shocked.
And then Mythics comes back,
get kicked off the stream, huh?
and then Mythics come back to say, "You can try, Matt,
We
but
wouldn't
he'll
do that,
only
Matt.
rise again."
We wouldn't do that.
Jared, come on.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
What was that?
Cody or David, you guys gonna put any pictures of this up on your Instagram page? I'm assuming she means the books, and I believe there actually are some, but they're on the Vivid page. Correct me if I'm wrong, though, guys.
I'm not sure if I have an Instagram, but I'm going to learn to use it one of these days. So short-term answer, no.
Me too.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
I'm an
haven't.
old person. When I get a social media site, I want to get on my desktop computer that is mounted on the wall on top of 3 permanent towers and log in with my large surrounding keyboard where every button is clearly separate from the others, and that's how I want to access it. When people ask me to go on my phone, see a keyboard on this, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
He means business.
Sounds like what you're describing is one hell of a rig too. I kind of want to get my hands on it.
Legit, I don't even know how I'm supposed to get files from my computer to the phone to post them because I'm not videotaping myself. I've got drawings. So to answer your question, I'm a dum-dum. I'm not on Instagram effectively yet. You're going to have to look at other sources for that.
Just send them to me.
Nobody's Illusion
Right
came in
on
and
Illusion.
said, just borrowed Chapter 1, Part 1 on Crypto Comics. Woo! I highly recommend you turn on the audio feature for that because having Cody go
That was
through and
cool.
talk about his creative process, it's like that's one of the coolest books in the system. Just having the creators sitting there do that, it's almost like reading a documentary. I think that's the only way to accurately portray that.
Enjoy
And
me
it's
sitting on my own art for the entire thing.
It was great though because as an artist, you know how that feels. You know what I mean? And then, but here you are. This book is published. This book is making waves. People know about it, and then you're sitting there still kind of just hesitant and I'm not really sure I like having with the tail on this one. You know what I mean? And it's really cool to know that. So let's see here. We've got Jason.
Just a minute. I want to explain this. To all the old people out there, because Digi's one of the smartest people we know.
I got him back, guys.
and so really what it stands for is Instagram is greater than Facebook. Instagram is greater than Twitter. And Instagram is greater than Pics and Talks. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Okay, guys, can we get a team neutralization here? Can you two just shake on it? We're just going to be nice the rest of the stream.
Don't tempt me,
And then
Brian.
immediately
Don't
everyone
tempt
goes.
me.
I feel like we're watching some game theory mechanics unfolding in real time.
You guys, I've seen this goes south real fast if I don't put something in check on these guys.
I'm just waiting to see who really wins.
Doesn't have
There you go.
that for people. He just does not have that kind of power.
So who is the king of the stream, out of curiosity?
Fry is definitely
Matt, you're muted. Somebody muted you.
Figures.
That was not me.
So Cody, I'm assuming that they would live on the ground in your comic, and everyone else would be in planes trying to avoid interaction with them.
I feel like they'd be one of the groups that don't even know there isn't above the clouds.
What? You're lying to us, Cody. Stop lying to us. Stop.
You can go up. It is forbidden.
Rose Kirby comes in to say, I meant Vivid Publishing. I'm actually following you on that Twitter page.
Instagram.
Or Instagram page.
You meant
Or
Instagram,
Instagram
didn't
page,
you,
sorry.
Cody? I've seen that cartoon.
I've got a placeholder Instagram. We've already had that conversation. So if there is someone that's actively posting on Instagram, it might be like a fan account. I couldn't speculate.
Nobody's Illusion is laughing about the Tick and Talks joke. Mythix is declaring that someone needs to choose their fighter. Please don't, Mythix. I thought about what that comment means.
I choose David.
Oh no, am I going to get kicked out?
I just love the look of pure terror.
Do I at least get can we put health bars or something up? I need some way to track progress.
Dude, you have full health bar, bro.
We got to get out of here before these guys start getting too creative with their ideas and we get roped into actually making this happen.
I'm the fighting game player here. I'll take all y'all on. Let's go.
Oh, dude. I choose my new champion.
No,
Yeah.
already said it.
Mullet's victory.
Andrew Dodge comes
Ooh,
in to say
who keeps
Instagram
doing
is
that?
actually owned by Facebook. LOL. Mythic says, "What would your guys' Stream Fighter abilities be?" You know what? This one's done. It's off the rails.
Scorpion. I would totally be Scorpion.
You would be
That wouldn't be an ability. That's a character.
Well, he has abilities, dude.
Scorpion.
I throw stuff at people, I drag them over, and then I smack them uppercut style. That's an ability, isn't it?
Someone could be like Commander Leg, and what they can do is they can like immediately hit someone with like 5 seconds a leg.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
So Japanese netcode, you're saying, just as a character.
Why does David sound like he's thought of this before?
I know.
I think,
You know what I
about
mean?
little else.
That was
It's
way
a good
too
it's a good
eloquent,
thought
way too
process.
I'm just thinking of how we can gamify this really fun civil war here, and
I bet it on it.
JD Smith Digiardo says it is talking about Instagram being owned by Facebook, but I don't get swarmed with people's political views on Instagram.
Oh, that's a nice feature.
Now you're
Mhm.
gonna
Yeah,
start
that is nice.
doing nothing but
You realize
Nobody's
you
losing
just
says
you just laid out the welcome mat for the crazies. They're coming now.
they're already
Someone
here,
doesn't know my
David.
politics? Oh, wait.
Thank you for inviting me, David. I love the mat you threw down, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, look, guys.
save me.
Nobody says we're killing it.
Andrew Dodge says my money is on Matt. Mythics comes in to say Commander Lag is a supervillain and you can't change my mind.
That's right. That is
I've
right.
played Street Fighter 4. You're right. It is.
Oh, we just got a new backer. It looks like somebody got the $70 tier official co-pilot.
Oh, very cool.
Nice.
Nice. Right on.
Full pages.
Oh, well, hey, anybody who's joining us right now, this is Couch, and we are covering
We're
Cody
sorry,
Bear's
we're not doing much anything.
Indiegogo. What? I can't even function with these guys around. What was I saying?
You were saying this is Couch. And
we're sorry.
Someone hit Jared with that lag ability. I think is what happened.
yeah, but
Is that
you're
a
saying
special
this is
ability?
Couch. You were saying David is your favorite person that you have on.
Oh, that's right. Okay, and if you guys
That's what I
like
heard.
David too, smash that like button, click that bell, subscribe, and please share and help Cody reach his dreams.
And send
Yeah,
help.
that is actually why we've come together tonight. Indiegogo, we've got a campaign up for Cody. His book Cloudscratcher is on there. So if you're new to the stream, you haven't been paying attention, or you just came for the fighting, take a quick break and look at Cloudscratcher because it's a really cool book. It's got an animated trailer, whole 9 yards, and you're in for a lot of fun.
And you can
Can we play that trailer again so we could gain our composure?
Just about
There's no composure at this point. Now was the link overlaid in the in any of the comics in the marketplace to the Indiegogo campaign yet?
Oh, that's a feature? That's really cool.
Yeah. So you can actually go in and edit your books in the system, and you can actually put an overlay link and direct anybody from the marketplace right over to the Indiegogo campaign.
Oh, that is sharp. Nice.
Can you
Thank you,
embed
sir.
a video?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I think is the right answer.
That's the correct answer.
What do I get?
The Cloudscratchers video.
We tried to tell them it was coming, but unfortunately, our warnings fell on deaf ears. So now, it's up to us. While I know that we're up against one of the most feared officers in the Empire, I also know that you guys are up to the task. So let's go! We've got a city to save!
These pea-brained furballs have no idea what's coming. I'm about to go down in history as the greatest hero the Empire's ever seen. And I only gotta burn down one single little city to do it. So get ready, boys! We're about to have ourselves a barbecue.
Cloudscratcher. Join the adventure on Indiegogo.
Hazen, around here we golf clap, dude. We golf clap around here.
Dude,
All right.
was
We don't
that
need panda applause.
penguin clap? Oh, a panda clap. I thought it was a penguin clap.
What?
Pen clap.
Penguin clap, like this.
Oh, Jared. Okay.
Wait,
Rose Kirby
no,
says,
you gotta make.
I knew that was going to happen. No. All right. We don't need that for a short video.
Come on.
Rose Kirby says, all of you are making me laugh. It's dark in this room, but you're brightening my morning.
Aw.
Thank you, Rose.
I
Isn't she
appreciate
the
that, Rose.
sweetest?
We just made the sun rise in the UK, where it rains all the time. Willie Silver come on to say, just to brag, and I hope that's okay. Of course that's okay.
Hell yeah, it is.
I bought the $90 perk for Cloudscratcher. Yay. Good job, man.
Oh,
Awesome.
all right.
Oh
Um,
my gosh, Willie,
and-
you are awesome.
And that's great of you to share that information, but I do want to take a moment real quick and just say to the rest of the community, nobody needs to put in. It doesn't need to become a competition like that. And if you guys can't financially back it, it really, really would help Cody out and Vivid as well. If you guys just share the campaign out on social media, any of the platforms that you have, tell a friend, go check the book out, check it out on Cloudscratcher's Cloudscratcher Comics website. Check it out on Crypto Comics. And you can, read the book, leave a review there. That's going to help Cody a lot. As soon as we go live, everybody can see those reviews for his books. And like we were talking about, use that audio feature. I think after a lot of people listen to that audio feature, it brings so much more of that story out. And I don't want to, we try not to do spoilers on this show. So I don't want to say too much, but there's things that Cody says in the audio format of the book that will lead you to be, I think, a little more excited about the Indiegogo campaign.
Well, it gives you ways to relate to what he's got going on, because he ties in a lot of cool things like music genre, like dated music genre, stuff like that. It's really cool, the aspect that Cody brings to it, and then it makes it more fun as you're going through the stories. Like what Cody did with that audio was actually beyond what we even thought would happen with the audio. We were thinking, somebody would read their book or something like that, but he goes full circle and just is like, here, let me tell you what I'm thinking. And we're just like, whoa, what is he thinking?
Yeah.
See,
and
I love this
kudos
stuff
to you, Cody. Sorry, Matt, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, I was saying I love actually hearing from the creator about the stuff that doesn't make it into the books.
Oh yeah. Yep.
That is so cool to me.
And Cody, just to make you more uncomfortable, we literally send that to other creators so that they can see it and get ideas on different things that they can use to help promote their books. So, I mean, it's all around. It's really cool. It's a really cool
That just
idea.
seems like the natural thing to use that for, is director commentary.
It was the natural thing to use that for. Thank you very much for being natural about it, Cody. Thank you.
Yeah, it was one of those things where after you did it, we were like, oh shit, that's why
that was a really good idea.
I have to have some reason for people to pay for what they can read for free. So, with going on the marketplace and, when it goes live and people can buy it, there's got to be a reason to buy it. Why buy something you can just read for free? It's the same with this book. That's why Volume 1 is going to have all this extra stuff and touch-ups and all this stuff, because you can already read it right now. So you got to have a reason to get this book, besides just, I like your comic, I want to have it in real. So
it's a mark of a creator that really cares about fans, old and new. It's just people are going to be spending money on this thing. What can I do to offer them something that's worth the money when they could just read the comic for free?
Well, let me run through chat here real quick. And normally what we do on this show,
you said I got to do it, Fry.
Well, you're not though.
I have been trying to wait for my chance.
One of the things that we do is we go through different crowdfunding campaigns that other creators and stuff are doing as well. We try to spotlight kind of everybody for the community and let everybody kind of check everybody out. We also go through recent comic news, stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we'll go through the chat real quick. We'll run through some of the other campaigns that other people have going right now. See what you guys have to say about that, what you guys think about it. Cool. And then after that, I'd really like to go through the different tiers that are available on your guys' Indiegogo campaign right now, because some of those are really interesting as well. And we haven't really talked about the different tiers very much yet. So As long as you guys.
Let me just. Sorry.
Yeah, Jared. Let you just what?
Can I please go through chat after they say they're cool or not with it?
Sure.
Okay, I was just going to remind you that, a part of jumping on the show was they had to be cool with it.
That was the best usage of that audio clip that you could have ever done, Hazen.
Hazen, that was perfect. That was perfect. Oh my God.
Eddie Smith Jared jumps in to say, question for the Scratcher guys, and from now on, we are 110% calling you the Scratcher guys.
The Scratchers,
that works.
My nails aren't long enough.
Do you guys get your funny books in retail shops? If so, or if not, how difficult was it?
I will say, because Cloudscratcher, he's getting his hardcover book, I think, for the first time here. We've had the Dreamkeepers books out for a long time, but we've had a couple of independent bookstores where we did have our books stocked, but that was like we would literally be talking to the owner of that store. Like, you'd have to go there, visit them, talk to them, show them, hey, I have a book. Do you want to put it on here? Maybe do it on consignment or something. But when it comes to like getting broadly into retail, in comic shops, there's a whole thing where Diamond Distribution has kind of had a monopoly on distribution, and they've kind of got it set up to work really well with the established businesses. We can leave it at that for now. I could go on and on about that topic for a long time, but basically, for small publishers, for indie publishers, the door is effectively closed to comic shops. Diamond has a lot of exclusivity deals with comic shops where they can't even go to a different distributor if they wanted to. So that kind of leaves bookstores. A lot of bookstores, as you probably know, over the last 5 to 10 years, tons of them are closing down. So it's pretty much just down to like the big chains like Barnes & Noble. And even with those guys, you might get your book on special order through their catalog system, but they're usually not going to have it on the shelf, on display for people to look at. Again, unless you're like one of these massive corporations that has been established for like several decades. And I kind of saw this stuff when I was starting Vivid back in 2006. And I was like, you know what? It's going to cost me a fortune to try to get my stuff in these big stores. And if I don't spend another fortune marketing it and having an army of customers there, it's just all going to like fall apart. Because some people, they go all out to get into stores and they spend all these resources. And then when their stuff is in stores, it doesn't sell because no one is really aware of it. It's new. The normal consumers that are used to going in there and getting the same old thing, they don't really necessarily bite on a new thing. Mm-hmm. So for us, we've been doing direct to customers, online sales, and now especially now that crowdfunding has emerged, that is our primary avenue for getting books to people. And it does make stuff a little more limited. Like if you don't jump into the Indiegogo, if you don't get some of those first editions, there's no guarantee that it's going to be like on a bookshelf in a bookstore, for the next 5 years. It's just, At this point, it's if you want it, better grab it.
Better back it.
Yeah.
There are some alternatives. Like I know, Dave, you personally take your books to conventions and stuff like that. It's not exactly a comic store, but with comic stores, you can do things like if you kind of get to know the owner a little bit, you can just call them and ask them. You can do things like book signings, where you just go and you sit at the front of the store all day and have a bunch of your books there and you sign them and tell people about them and stuff. As long as you got something cool to sell and you're pretty personable, that those can work out pretty well. And they can leave a good impression on the people who run the store too. I just wanted to note that it's not like I wouldn't call it like a primary thing we've done or Dave's done, but it is one avenue you can look into pursuing.
Of course, the best method, if you definitely want your stuff in stores, just go in there and like reverse shoplift it onto the shelves.
I never thought of that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, people are going to be like, "Oh, which one of these broccoli heads is the what's this?" And then look right in there. You can put it in strategic
the grocery section of your stores.
Yeah, I recommend placing it next to the Cheese Whiz.
I was thinking the what are those? Eggplant.
Eggplant.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
In a grocery store, right?
What are you talking about?
Jared, I need you to explain to us why you would look for comics next to the eggplants. No.
You guys said to shop,
take
reverse
your time.
Lift it.
Take your time.
Okay, so this is what I was thinking, okay? This is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Nobody really
wait.
likes eggplant.
Before you do this, will you do a clap thing? That way when Matt goes to edit this video, he knows right when to start the audio.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that right now.
Okay.
Everybody gets away with goofy stuff, but we're gonna come down on you like a ton of bricks.
Oh, dude,
it's coming.
It's nothing new. It's nothing new. Trust me. I've been dealing with these amigos forever. No, so the reason why
would you call us eggplant amigos?
I call
hope
you
not.
an
I really hope not.
emoji. Oh, that's it. I take it all back, Fry. You are
I can have fun.
dang good looking on stream, bro.
It happens.
I feel like there's some subtext to this eggplant thing that I'm not getting.
That's what we're trying to figure out.
I don't want to get it. I don't want to.
I could have sworn that you guys said to put it in a grocery store.
Yeah,
A grocery store.
Jumping
why
back
would
into
we
chat because Jared is handling chat tonight. Andrew Dodge says it brings back that nostalgia of watching DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, and Tailspin.
Yeah.
It
That's
really does.
Absolutely accurate.
When
That's
Cody
where,
was
it's a shout out to 90s animation pretty much. Like, it's not even normally the way I draw. I usually don't do like cartoony animal characters. I learned that style specifically to do this comic because that's how most cartoons back then looked. So I had to get the look.
It works. It really works.
You should do this as your main art style, in my opinion. It really does. It really does put that out. Like I immediately got like the '90s, like old Disney Tailspins kind of thing from it.
Mm-hmm.
When Cody was actually directing me to do the Borzak's voice, he said like we want it to be like Negaduck from the old Darkwing Duck cartoons.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that is great.
Yeah, but Borzak's personality is basically Negaduck with a little bit of Robotnik in there, like the Saturday morning Robotnik.
The Sat AM. Yeah, Jim Cummings did him too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically Jim. Like if in the Cloudscratcher cartoon that exists in my brain, because Cloudscratcher basically there's a cartoon in here, and I'm basically just drawing it like trying to adapt it to a comic, and in the fictional cartoon that he's basically voiced by Jim Cummings. That's just how I always pictured him. He's an absolute like over the top POS of a villain.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are the villain chain in Cloudscratcher. So like the more dangerous a villain is in Cloudscratcher, the more real they are, the less cartoony. So like the Emperor is like a villain that you would see in like something for adults. Like there is no wackiness or cartooniness to him, and then the lower down you get, the cartoonier and sillier they get. And he is in that middle where like he is very much, he will do very real bad things to you, but he is also an absolute whack job, an absolute cartoonish, over the top, crazy whack job. One of the earliest things he does is teach another more ne'er-do-well group of the Empire how to actually kill people. And then he does it after crushing a beer can on his head. And then
I'm just waiting for you to
shoot down a cargo plane just to show them how to kill people.
I love that part, to be clear. But I'm waiting for you to throw Jared and Matt in your comic, because I can understand now that they're just going to be like two random stick figures in the background.
Look, I'm already treading on precarious ground by having anthropomorphic characters. I'm not adding anybody's personas into the comic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Rose wants to know how much are you guys trying to reach, and what's the figure that you really want? Is it 4th stars?
The initial goal is 5K, but of course we want to go past that. 5K is to just make it happen. And then beyond that, it's you get more stuff, and then if we can make this happen, I can do more comics, because I've got more than just Cloudscratcher up here. I've got like a crap ton of comics that I want to make happen. I've got too many. I've got the opposite of writer's block. I can't stop.
Oh, nice.
It's frustrating because you can only really do one comic at a time.
Yeah. So
and it's hard enough to do this one.
Writeria. So Cody, so if you reached the magical number, does that mean that you get to quit your day job and focus on this 100%, or what's the end game?
I wish. The end game is like to hit it to enough point where I could. I don't think I could quit my day job just off this book, but to lead to future books where I can quit my day job because I can keep making comics. I can make more Cloudscratcher, and while I make more Cloudscratcher, I have another couple books that I want to get done. And those are actually there was one that I ran a campaign where I had no idea what I was doing, and I want to take another shot at that book because it's a good book. I just didn't know what I was doing, so I want to try that book again. I have another book I had too much. It's too much. And then there's a Cloudscratcher PC game, and it's already in development. Basically, we did the engine, we got the sprites for it because in fitting with the '90s theme, it's styled like an NES game. Because, you had the NES games based like the Capcom Disney games, like the DuckTales game and stuff like that. Yeah. So, so it's styled like that. We've already got an engine. We got sprites. I mean, obviously, you got to make more to make a full game. But if this goes well, we can do that. And the groundwork's there to start on that. And, and just keep this wagon train moving. And then maybe the Patreon can blow up. I can get more income there. Just... If the money comes in and it comes in steadily, I can do comics full time. You can get more comics. You can get games. I'm obsessed. And the only thing stopping me from doing all this stuff is time and money. And if I can get those two, I can just unload my creative diarrhea on the masses.
So we have a locked treasure chest of really fun stuff, creative potential for you. And I don't want to say like one crowdfunding campaign will like totally blow open that thing. Oh, no more day job. But I mean, it is a crucial step. If you can take a creator who has just got the stuff on a website, people can read it, but then they get a successful crowdfunding campaign and they get a beautiful book that people can enjoy and appreciate, and they can show it to their friends and they can point and be like, hey, check this out. I got this from this campaign. You can read more on the website. That's the kind of thing where when a creator has an opportunity to actually produce and actually deliver and build that trust with their readers where they know, hey, it's not just a guy that makes a comic for me. It's a guy that delivers on his promises for me. Like that is how you slowly start to build the type of career where this stuff is possible. It's not overnight, but it's a crucial stepping stone to start doing successful book launches. And so if you can chip in anything at all, or at least just like share this with people that might be into it, you're going to help someone take a really important step on the journey towards more comics, more games, more fun for everybody.
Great. And also, like, I feel like, and I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm gonna. So pardon my horn tooting. But
shoot away, my man.
Something like this, I feel like we kind of need because, first of all, how many indie comics are all ages friendly these days? And I'm not knocking that, but I feel like there's a lot of people. Maybe you got a younger relative that might be interested in comics, but I mean, how many indie comics can you really let them borrow or let them check out? Because a lot of them are more risque because, of how overly sanitized a lot of the corporate stuff is. So I get that. But also, like, I am offering you, fine folks, a comic without, how do you call it, any baggage. Right? There's no other purpose to this. There's no message from me baked into it. There's no catch, Now you're gonna find out this was my attempt to push some worldview, whatever. It's completely divorced from me. It's just a story. It's a fun story with fun characters, and it's an adventure. And you want to go on an adventure. You want to go on an adventure and just have some fun with some likable heroes and some genuinely kind of scary villains. Like there's no, because it feels like anytime you try to consume any media these days, there's always that catch or that, and it's like this was driven by even some indie stuff was like sometimes this is just developed by something somebody's into, if you know what I mean by into, There's none of that here. There's nothing weird, nothing cagey. It's just a pure adventure. It's a story.
It's wholesome.
Have a story.
It's wholesome entertainment.
Yeah.
So you
It is
said
really refreshing because even just being on social media and stuff, so many of the projects that you look at, a lot of times are kind of meshed in with this like culture war stuff. And I suppose there is a place for that, but for me, it's really nice to not live in that context all the time. So having something that is literally just like a pure innocent adventure where you can escape and not have to be picking sides in some asinine internet fight. You can just enjoy it, straight up innocent adventure. I don't know. It's awesome. It's refreshing, and
Very much.
All right. So Cody, you said you're about halfway through kind of the season 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's already how many pages?
Was it 500 some? I don't remember the exact
Okay.
number now.
And you have up to like 8 seasons of this
Yes, all planned
in your
out.
head already? Okay.
Mhm.
So when you get done with that 8 seasons, are you going to try to create an omnibus that's like massive?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah. Another thing, there's things I want to do in the future with it that they're like way down the line. Because like one thing I'd like to do, and it might be pipe dreaming, but this is far enough down the line that if I'm at that point, I should have some measure of success and could make it happen. There are animated segments I would like to do. Like,
oh, cool.
See, a big thing with me, I'm a huge music fanatic. And which is why there's a ton of music references in Cloudscratcher, and I mean a ton. And there are some scenes that are so to music to me that I feel like I can't make them still images. Because the way I'm playing, there's a season, and each season ends with either a movie or a special, which is basically the movies are longer, like they're made of more chapters, and the specials are a little longer than the episodes, because each episode's like 3 to 4 chapters. Episode 4 is longer, but it wasn't supposed to be longer. It just turned out there was a lot of plot to get through, a lot of story beats that I had to hit, and like the end of season 2's special, like there is a song that the entire segment in my brain is set to, and it has to be set to that. It has to be, and I mean, it would be like, you think a copyright thing, but it'd be free. It's not, I make no money off it. It would be throwing money into the void to make this happen. Which is why that's down the road. That's way down the road. That's the end of season 2. But I feel like that's a goal, because that has to, like, every time I've thought of that scene, it's to that song. It's set to that song. Actions happened to the melody of the song. It has to be. Making it a comic is not like, I don't know if I could, and so that's sort of a thing. One of the many goals that I have is to reach the point where I can put money back into something like Cloudscratcher, and even hire some extra people so I can get through. Because it's 8 seasons, and I'm only halfway through season 1 after 6 years. I would like to finish this comic before I die. So I would like to hire maybe.
We would appreciate that as well.
So I can get to the ending and, not drag it out and then something tragic happens to me and then we have a Kentaro Miura type situation. So I'd like to finish my story. And I have other stories I need to even start on and finish. So that's another thing that I would like to get to, is to have that. And then I'll have to figure out, if I do an omnibus, some way to make the, like, my nose is itching, make the like animated segments on there. But I have a lot planned. I want to experiment too. So that's kind of like all kinds of different things, and like certain story things, like maybe try new art stuff, just like, a character at one point is planned to sort of go under the effects of some crazy hallucinogenic berries. So when I get to that part, do some crazy stuff with the images in the page to emphasize that everything's kind of mentally collapsing while under the influence of that. So that's another thing that I would like. I've got, okay, well, I got to do an omnibus. Well, how do I fit that in there? So those are things that I'm planning out.
I just call it Sunday morning. I don't know if that'll help you at all.
So,
but perhaps,
Yeah. So Cloudscratcher is a big one. I have a lot planned because it's like I've tried to get a lot of other comics published, and Cloudscratcher was the one I would work on while sending stuff out because I need to make things. I have a problem. If I go to bed without having produced something, I feel physically ill. So Cloudscratcher was the comic to do when I had nothing to do. And now it's sort of become this big labor of love, and I've become very attached to it and put a lot of work into the characters and story and lore, and good Lord knows the cast isn't even a quarter. I haven't even introduced a quarter of the characters that are going to be in the thing.
In Cloudscratchers?
Yeah.
Holy Jiminy Christmas!
Yeah.
Speaking of the whole labor of love thing,
because it's supposed to be a big epic adventure through, like, I mean, even like the main two characters, the little kids, they grow up through the course of the series. Like, they're older.
Spoiler! Holy crap, man! I would just barely met them, and they're already grown up. It's right there, my kids.
They grow up later. It's over the course something you follow.
Jiminy Christmas! I was losing it, dude.
So,
I'm like, when did
That's the Jared
What was
alarm.
that?
There's a Jared alarm.
He's reaching
Dude,
critical
well,
mass.
I thought there was some
you
feedback.
up with this, dude? Somebody
Somebody
came in,
Jared.
Chris Shepard. What?
I was
That's
gonna say you're yelling. Can't pick up the audio when you're yelling.
Yeah,
Oh,
here.
dude, is my Nvidia not
There you go.
working?
Yep,
No,
you're good
you're,
now. You're good now. You adjusted your headset and you stopped
Your mic,
screaming.
your mic's peeking
I'm
out.
not talking to you
Little
guys. If
hot
you're gonna tell me
mic.
I'm screaming, I don't even
Get
like
it.
talking to you guys. What the hell am I even doing here?
All right.
Anywho, I was just kidding. I love all you guys. So let me just say, I can't understand. What was that, Hazen? Could you repeat that? Excellent. Nice. So I did want to address this real quick. Chris Shepard, make your own crypto. This project has the legs for it. So I just want to give you an understanding of what we're doing here in relation to make your own crypto. So Crypto Comics Marketplace actually isn't making your own crypto. It's making your own comics a real digital asset, as if you were giving people a certificate of authenticity with a book that actually tells them that is the real deal. So that's where the crypto magic is going to come in with our marketplace. We want to empower the creators so that they can self-publish to the marketplace. They're going to be turning their own books into NFTs. They're going to be publishing, which means you're responsible for your own content. I hope y'all are paying attention to that, Cody. We know that all your content's original. Don't worry, I was just playing. But so that's really the aspect of the crypto. Make your own crypto? No. Make your own digital comics worth something and that somebody can then buy and then resell if they want to, and you still get royalties from. That's the beauty of the Crypto Comics Marketplace. Sorry, guys, I just got lost in that comment. I probably should show the other ones. If you don't mind, I'm going to catch up on chat real quick. Oh my gosh, I got to go way back.
While you're getting back there, I just heard Liz come back with dinner, which I'm supposed to cook. So I'm going to have to dash from the stream for tonight. But thank you for having me on and letting me help boost up Cloudscratcher. We are absolutely delighted to be publishing the book. I'm really, really excited to have a physical copy. So it was a lot of fun to animate too. Borzak's, he was a pile of fun. So you guys have a good rest of the night. Chat, keep them good company. Give them some goofy stuff to read. And yeah, if you like what you're reading on Cloudscratchers, enjoy it, read it on the website, share it, and if you can, please back the Indiegogo and let's help get that up to the goal so we can all get these books.
Yes, David. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Oh, we're gonna miss you. We're gonna miss you, man.
Thank you for having me, guys.
You need to hear that.
Have a good night.
I'm just kidding. I was just playing.
Did you just pretend kick David Lilly from Dreamkeepers off of our stream?
I totally did. He's so gonna kick my butt later. Don't worry, I'll call and apologize to him. He knew I was joking.
The one guy from our team that's not going across the country to hang out with him next weekend. Yeah, thanks for that.
Hey, I was just sending a message.
I'm gonna be pissed.
Dude, you better watch it. My crew's rolling in on your convention.
Oh no. Hazen starts laughing that evil laugh. Thanks, Hazen.
All right, so let's
All
get
right.
back to y'all real caught up real fast. So, hey, Jared, what's on your hat? That's on my hat.
His latest invention.
So yeah, everybody in comics works 2 jobs. It's just the way it is. To be honest with you, this is a labor of love for everybody.
Or
Jared
gotta
had
pay
to
your
start
bills.
another company. So yeah,
You got
Not
to pay your
anymore.
bills,
I quit my other job.
dude.
so
I'm so
Matt
gonna
will be
remove him.
starving. And okay,
I can't believe.
you did that, Jared. You did that at the exact time I started speaking. So visually, it looked like I just kicked him off, and that's
Dude,
what
why
it
did
was.
you do that, man? That's so mean.
Okay, back on track, guys. Come on.
Okay. The scratch guys, hashtag baby. Thank you, nobody.
The Scratcher guys. I like it.
The Dominic comes in saying, "Hey, has anyone else noticed at the crypto site everything is gray boxes, or is it just my end?"
I
Fry.
can take this one. All right. So what we are doing right now is we are preparing for live transactions. In doing that, we are taking all of the feedback that everybody has given us inside of the system, and we are basically going through it one-to-one and seeing if there's anything that we can do to improve the experience for other people. One of those things that we did have a few complaints on were people that were colorblind and had issues with readability on the site. So we are going through a design update to actually adjust and fix that now. Jared, what are you doing?
I was trying to do your job.
Okay, so yeah, so Dominic, just to let you know, yes, you do see a little change
Yes,
in the
Matt.
visual elements there, and you're going to see a few more. Namely, a few people have already pointed out that they saw some things on the homepage that are new, and as well as some things inside of the marketplace as a whole. On top of that, David Brown, our lead developer, he's been killing it on building some new features and new updates. So there's a lot of things in store, and a lot of them we can't yet talk about, but a lot of the things that you're going to see visually are just preparing the system so that as soon as we hit live transactions, everything is ready to rock and roll. It's just easier for you to notice a difference because it's visual right now.
So something to think about, everybody who's been in the marketplace, reading the comic books, leaving reviews. Thank you so much, and giving us feedback. You are in an active development environment. There are people literally in the background right now as we speak, dealing with code issues, changing, moving things. So just understand, as things change, a good thing I'm always told, because I freak out and I go to the chats and I'm like, and then they're like, "Calm down, Bug Magnet."
What now? What
Yeah,
did you
dude,
say?
it's bad.
Hazen, don't say anything. If he finds out that his mic cuts out when he gets high pitched like that, he's going to stop doing it. Oh, I just said it out loud. Damn it.
What? So you guys can hear. This is BS. Okay,
this is a great question from chat.
This is a great question.
Cody, I just want to clarify. We have a mix of everybody in our community.
Yeah,
everyone is welcome in this community. So, Cody, since it's a family friendly, you're saying that there isn't a naughty cover tier where your cartoon women have their blank hanging out. Groans.
I know what that is.
I'm assuming that you got it.
I know it's a rarity these days, especially with anthropomorphic characters. It's funny. So I have.
Really?
If you go on the Cloudscratcher website, there's a link to a Tumblr that basically exists so readers can send me questions and stuff. And there was a point where there were a couple people trying to bargain with me to do some kind of like swimsuit image set of the characters, and I had to tell them politely, because they're my readers, no. It's not that kind of comic. I don't do that now.
Dude, so what you should do is like a 1940s type swimsuit on like everybody. And be like, here you go.
Excellent.
I have an idea, and I'm not saying it yet, but it is a bit of a prank. It was an April Fool's thing, and I'm still going to do it, which is why I'm not going to say it here. But one other one I did when that started coming in on April Fool's, I put a link on the side, and there's on the top right above the menu was a heart-shaped button that said erotica, and it was like, don't go here if you're too young. This is the Cloudscratcher Rule 34 section. And if you clicked on it, it was an image of Felix looking at you judgmentally, going, "You should be ashamed of yourself."
Cody, can I get this image?
Yes,
Please.
I have it.
Can I
send it to
turn
you.
that
I
into a
think
badge?
you're on that Discord thing.
I want to turn that into a badge for the system. That would be
hold on.
perfect.
It was a two-part thing because the first image is just Felix looking at you judgingly, and then the other one is if you scroll down, like if you were trying to see if it was there. So if you scroll down, it's then him going, "You should be ashamed of yourself."
We want the second one.
So here,
send them both. We'll turn it into a GIF.
there you go.
Oh my gosh, I'm seeing it, and it is awesome. You should be ashamed of yourself. Oh, this is fantastic. Yeah.
Okay, so
please show that on the screen.
Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to shoot this over. Matt, would you mind doing me the honor of throwing these together into a GIF really quick?
Sure.
There's a blue background. If you can remove the blue background, if not
a problem.
it'll be fine.
Let's
turn that into a GIF
too.
and set that up as a badge for Rule 34.
Here's the funny thing too. I know it worked because you know how Google if you look up something, it's like the main page and then like popular sub pages. That Rule 34 page was there long after we took the link to it down. People were still getting on there. We had to take the page down because it was becoming a what would you call it, like a bad. It looked bad to you look up Cloudscratcher. One of the little sub things is Rule 34. It's bad optics.
What?
That's what I was looking for. Bad optics.
Bad optics.
Because if you look up Cloudscratcher, there were 4 sub things under the thing. One of them was Rule 34. People were still falling for the April Fool's joke long after April Fool's was over.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, dude, this is fantastic. I'm looking at this. I love his eyes in the second one. You can just tell he's like, which, I do compliment you. I like the fact, Cody, that you're actually, sticking to your guns on this one. I know that a lot of people generally, they get that enticement of, hey, there's sales sitting here if you'll do it the way I want you to. And you're holding to, I guess it's morals and ethics. You wanted your comic to be a one way, and you're holding to that principle, and I commend you for that. I think that's fantastic. I think it's awesome.
If you want Cloudscratcher porn, commission someone else. I'm not doing it. Plus, like, I put a lot of work into these characters. A lot of work. Like, they're like little bits of me. Making porn of them it would feel weird. It's like turning something you put that much work into in like a piece of meat. It's like if your daughter has an OnlyFans. It's weird. You don't want it. You don't want it.
I have a daughter, Hazen. Please don't put that damn left thing on that one. What? Oh, jeez. All right. Well, let me keep going here. Nobody's illusion. I don't know if you caught this one, Jared, but this is great. Laughing at the Jared alarm. I do think that might be something we need to enact the whole time. It's great.
I quit.
Oh, Andrew Dodge comes in to say, "Stop in the Midwest and stuff me in the suitcase on the way to see David and team." I don't know if we're going to see the whole team.
I don't think we have a big enough case.
Andrew Dodge would fit easily in Carry On.
No, he would not.
Hazen, are you going to be able to make it to the Megaplex event in Orlando next weekend?
I don't think I will be this year, unfortunately. I wish I could.
What? Hazen.
Yeah, I hate it. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I can't go either. I just wanted to make you feel bad.
It's been a crazy
We've got
year.
Andrew Dodge. Andrew Dodge in chat saying, "Yeah, I was going to say I'm loving the new splash page for the site. Thank you."
It does
having
look good.
a little bit of fun with it, trying to make it a little better for people with visual issues.
Fry's the best.
Fry is the best. Nobody's illusion says I'll have to up my game on leaving more reviews before you guys go live. We cannot give a time frame, just to let everybody know, because that's what always follows these comments. These people are like, well, what day is it going to be? I need to know how many days I have.
Myself about to ask that actually, and I was like, oh,
but
I can answer it. I can answer it. Let me answer it, Fry. Let me answer it. Okay. Here's how it works. So you can know the steps and how many steps it will take to complete a project. Say if you're building something, right? You know that you have to build a leg. Say you're building an animatronic body. You know you have to build an arm, torso, leg, and head, right? The problem is knowing, and you're building these for the first time, and you've never built them before. The problem is knowing how long it's going to take to build each part versus saying, oh, hey, we're going to have it built this time. In technology, anytime you deal with any kind of launching of a platform or something like that, you have two forces working together. You have the development arm and the marketing arm. And the problem is those two arms don't work the same way. The marketing arm relies on deadlines to help with the hype. And the development arm has no clue when the deliverable is going to happen because they honestly don't know what it's going to take to build the next section to make the first section work because it's never been done before. So really, the answer to this question is we're close. That's about it.
We are very close.
I would say very.
I hear that.
I think we can say very. I don't.
We can.
Are you sure
say,
we can say?
I was told flat out we can say we are very close.
Well, that sounds freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
Guys,
But
now I really need to get chapter 4 up.
Oh, go ahead, Cody. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
I said now I really need to get chapter 4 up. I want to at least get all of episode 1 before you guys go live.
Well, the biggest thing is everybody that's active in our community. First of all, thank you guys so much because you guys have been so helpful in us building all this out, finding bugs, finding issues, building new features that you guys wanted to see, doing a lot of those kind of things. But secondary to that, thank you so much for the reviews that you have already left for creators. That is the one and only thing that is going to remain the way you see this entire site right now. As soon as we go live, everybody's going to lose all these books that are borrowed. Everybody's going to, those are all going to be pulled. You're going to have the opportunity to purchase them back, support those creators and do all those things. But those reviews that you've left are what's going to help these creators find new sales and find new members of the community and help them find books that they're going to be interested in. We're very much in an indie focused, I guess, timeline now. I mean, after 2020, after conventions closed down, after all these things happened, the things that are going on with say Warner Brothers in DC and the layoffs and everything that's going on there. I mean, it's industry wide. And the most powerful thing that anyone can do for these indie creators is just utilize the power that word of mouth advertising really has for them. I mean, your reviews really, really matter, and they'll continue to matter from here all the way into the future. So thank you guys for leaving reviews. And if you have an opportunity to check out some new books, this gives you an opportunity to check out books from creators that you might not want to check out normally. You might not feel confident in, making a purchase on and things like that. Read everything and anything you can, because you're going to find a lot of stuff that I think is going to surprise you. Cody, for one, is one of those creators where, Cody's name isn't really well known in the industry yet. I mean, even in Anthro, you know what I mean? Cody's still kind of a smaller name, but this book kicks ass. Like, it is really, really good. And what Cody was saying about like the bathing suits and all that kind of stuff earlier, it shines out even more. Like, myself as a parent, what's great about this book is I can take any one of these books and I can hand it to a niece or a nephew or one of my kids, and I know that they're going to love it. They're going to get that old school 90s cartoon feel out of it. They're going to get good messages. They're going to get characters that they can look up to, and everything is very friendly. It's very, I guess, it's packaged in a way that it's very friendly to anyone in comics. You don't have to be someone that's super into comic books, or you can be someone that has shelf full of stuff that you've backed off of Kickstarter and Indiegogo campaigns. So, like, kudos to you, Cody. I'm really looking forward to working with you in the future, man. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun.
Well, thank
you.
Like,
this book kicks ass.
I've got a lot of other books too, and I would like to see them on Crypto Comics too. I mean,
you're not going to have a choice. Did you come out with that book?
And because Clouds, I have a bunch of books for a bunch of different audiences in mind, and Cloudscratcher is I'm kind of glad I started with this one because at least you could start. It's easier to start family friendly and then get into the more mature audiences than start something that's mature audiences, get known for that, and then try to sell a family friendly book. Because that's a little harder.
That's a great point. Yeah.
So in retrospect, I guess it was good that Cloudscratcher ended up being the one I kicked off on.
Well, I think it's interesting that Cloudscratcher isn't your normal art style, but that's the one you're leading out with because the art in it is so fun and friendly. It's so fun, friendly, and inviting. The story is so easy to get into because of that 90s feel, man. I love Darkwing Duck and freaking all those cartoons. And so the feel that your comic has, I just find it funny again that you led with that. But what a great choice, in my personal opinion. Like, what a great choice.
Yeah,
and I think it is cool that you set it up.
Yeah, it was a lot to figure out because it is so different than mine. Because my normal art style, it's sort of a regular comic book manga mix, like more realistic stylized.
Oh, really?
And learning that, I just study a lot of model sheets, which I am so glad those are so easy to find online. Because not only it's not even just getting the round, but you have to get like the expressiveness of cartoon with like. You know, there's an expressiveness to comics, but there's even more like the way if someone's angry, their eyebrows go full. You know, you got to get that angle right, and then the way it juts out, and the way the eyes jut out with it, and then the way everything kind of moves and pops and bounces, and then all the little touches of like head shape and eye to head ratio based on the type of character you're doing. Because if you've got like. And it's something that I didn't figure out till a little later because, like, you see the way Borzax looks in these early chapters in Volume 1 here versus the way now his head's a little smaller because he's not as you don't want to look as nice and friendly. So you take the round part down, you build the eyes up, you focus on the brows. The brows are angry and expressive, and the bounce and the big mouth is always angry. You know, it's all that kind of stuff that I had to figure out. And I learned that if you have a child and you want to get them into 90s cartoons, don't let them look up characters on Google image search without supervision because it's weird.
Oh, no. Really?
And it's,
no,
really?
Jared, don't do it. Don't do it.
What? Now, what's the Google term?
It is jarring. Like, let's go on a trip back through my childhood. Let me look up. I need an example of the character that was like this animal or this body type or this face. So let me look them up. Oh, like model sheets, screenshots. Weird deviant art.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was reminded of the Russian gadget cult from my my research.
Oh, I haven't heard about that in ages.
Yeah, they reminded me. There's a lot of a lot of people on DeviantArt with a lot of stuff out there, and it's both interesting premise and interesting levels of artistic skill, and I'll leave it at that. But yeah, that was and it makes it harder too if you're looking for reference. Like, I'm just trying to figure out, okay, I just need that. Don't ever try to look in like pose, you know what I mean? Like this character angry or this character jumping. Don't do it. You're gonna get maybe a couple screenshots and then a lot of DeviantArt. And the more DeviantArt you get, the more detrimental it is. Because now not only is it not helping you to learn to draw this style, but now you're just distracted and confused and scared and you want to go home. But you're home already, so now you don't know what to do. So that was an adventure in and of itself.
I'm not gonna Google it. I'm just gonna rely on Cloudscratchers to take me back to the old days and in a good way.
Yeah.
Hey, so let me get into chat real quick. We got to bring these people in. Oh, badge alert! That's right. There's a badge coming. Yeah, everybody get ready, but it's not here yet. And then we got some POC or something or other. I don't even know what that is. Nobody, what is that? And then Rose comes in and says, is there any chance that you can say yes or no to if someone wants to talk to one individual, or is it to everyone? We want to talk to everybody. We love everybody, Rose. That's just how it goes. Then she also comes in and says, be ashamed, be very ashamed you could go blind. I'm sorry, Rose. I'm very sorry. I didn't mean it at all. And then JD Digi, what's up, Digi? Digi comes in saying, "Oh boy, Jared the house builder breaks it down," and then Crutchy says, "FYI, the what? Let's get off of that. It's still up and only has a background." Oh, dang! All right, let's not get into that. Noted.
Yeah, I
Good
think
job, nobody.
I think you could go into the code and find the erotica page, but again, it's still just Felix judging you. But you can't. It doesn't show up on Google anymore, and that's all I wanted.
We're about to fix that, everybody. Fry, why did you make us sit through that long-winded explanation? Why did you allow it? You're such a jerk, Fry. I can't believe you would do that. And then Rose comes in and says, "My brain is doing weird things at the moment. You making me really laugh and happy. I want to thank you all." You're welcome, Rose. That's what we do, or try to do, anywho. All right. So, and then Crutchy comes in and says, "Rule 34 page." Ha ha ha. What is that? What page is that? Is that your page, Cody?
Please, nobody do this. Nobody do this.
Is.
Don't let this conversation start. We're changing. We're changing the subject right
Look,
now.
I don't care. It was a funny joke, and it works.
Okay. And then I thought Jared was prefacing his explanation of how a crypto website works. After all that, the answer is it's close. It's close, Jared. Close. Yeah, Digi, we're very close to make the proper correction. And then Sean says, "You guys are the best." Thank you, Sean. We think you're pretty great too. And then Digi comes in saying, "I can't even be mad at Jared. His giddy schoolboy excitement to explain how close the launch is should have been a tip off Fry." What? I didn't tip off Fry. Fry tipped me off. And then nobody comes in saying, "Digi artist, you rock." And then Rose comes in saying, "In other words, how long is a piece of string? Answer, it could be any length." Good answer. And then Crutchy comes in and say, "Couldn't resist, picked up the Felix Classic t-shirt from the Cloudscratcher shop."
Nice.
We love
Cool
Crutchy.
shirt,
He's
Nice.
such a stud. And Rose, "I can't seem to do that even on this backup." Oh, stupid iPad. "But I do like the new website you've put up." Kudos to Fry.
It's not a new website. We're just making adjustments, and there are more adjustments to come. Just let everybody know. We're trying to find that happy balance right now. Like Jared was saying.
Yeah, takes lots of long hours and people crying and screaming and yelling.
Whole lot of screaming.
Nobody comes in with, "This is a PogChomp symbol courtesy of Mike Shinoda." What's a
Mike
PogChomp?
Shinoda?
Huh?
You don't know Mike Shinoda?
I don't
You don't
think
know
I
what
do.
Pog is?
No. Should I?
Poggers?
Is that those things that you
Poggers.
push down on and it pops up or something like that?
That's one.
You old
yeah, that's
man.
one definition.
Who you calling old, Cody? I see that gray or silver.
wants to do a
I've
bad
had this into my 20s. I started gray.
Matt,
It's
thank you for rejoining us.
frosted.
Can you help me in this stream?
Okay, everybody.
Oh my gosh, that was excellent, dude. Did you learn that at some special institute for some special people?
Yes, Hogwarts.
Bro,
Nice.
not okay on a live stream.
What? What? You don't think Harry Potter's special? You're a jerk. He's totally special.
All right, everybody. Head over to your dashboard right now. Scroll down.
Among Us. Hold on.
What?
To my badges. Yes,
I'm
it
going to
has
be
a new
honest
look.
with you guys. I'm a little jealous. I think Matt might have just made my favorite badge.
I know, dude. I'm super excited.
Matt and Cody. I'm going to put it that way. Matt and Cody made my favorite badge.
Okay.
Finally.
And it's animated.
The code is shameless. If you didn't catch that, there it is.
So the code is in chat. And just to let everyone know, we're going to get crazy tonight. We're going to pull two.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to pull two winners from the people that claim this badge and send you a swag pack.
Two
Two. We're going to
winners.
have fun with it. Two winners. Two winners.
Oh, dude.
And
I
it gets
freaking
even
love
better.
it.
This is like an updated swag pack. So
What?
Yeah.
Explain.
It's got new stuff in it.
What? Like what? From who? What are we talking about here?
I don't want to say because some of the
Why
things that
don't
are inside
you
of that
get
Shrek pack have yet to be announced on our system.
You're kidding.
So people will get kind of first dibs on some cool
Hey,
stuff.
just remember, my personal account is not he that rules. Okay, that's not mine.
Understood.
So he might have.
He that rules. Okay, that's original.
I love that my profile or my dashboard is now telling me I should be ashamed.
I mean, it should have this.
Thank you,
time.
Cody.
You can have Felix judging you forever now.
Yes.
He already was.
Well, we are an hour and a half into this stream, and we haven't even talked about anything else. So we have to.
Why would we? Why would we? We've got Cody
It's
here,
couch.
and we've got
It's
Hazen.
what we do on couch. Cody,
I forgot
Hazen,
we
you
were
guys
on
are here to
couch.
hang out. That's what we do. That's couch. That's what couch is all about.
Yeah.
We have
Let's
fun.
do
We want to
this.
hear what you guys think about the industry and stuff like that. So
All right.
let's see here.
We
How
got
about
news, or we got some
How
other
about we all talk at the same
uh,
time?
Kickstarters that we love.
Let's go with the Kickstarters, and then we can circle back to Cloudscratchers and talk about the different tiers that they have available.
Wait. What was the other? What was the other options? There was Kickstarters and what? News?
That was the
News?
only option you have because I've made my decision, Jared.
Real quick before we do that, guys, news alert here. We're up to 10 backers on the Cloudscratcher Indiegogo.
Nice.
We're supposed to wait until we got done with the Kickstarter season.
Oh, it'll be high. Don't worry.
Oh my gosh, this thing is so far off the rails, guys. Who do I sound like? Who do I sound like?
Chat is now saying, oh, nobody's losing a thing in chat. Couch is basically you three making fun of each other.
And you
Wait a
all
minute.
come back for it. So it's
Wait a
okay.
minute. Hold. Whoa. Nobody. Are you telling me that these guys make fun of me?
Yes.
I'm feeling pretty confused.
What?
What was that?
Yes.
Yes. All right, let's just jump over to it. So first off, we've got our homie Tommy. Endless Moons 1 and 2. This is an awesome book. If you guys have a chance or haven't had a chance to check this out, very good. We had him on a stream recently. We're talking to him about the different creative processes and stuff that he's going through. He's at 202 backers, 6,700 USD.
Oh,
yeah, with 10 hours left.
Dude, he is killing it. Good job, Thomas. Right, that guy is a
cool.
freaking tank, man. He is a tank.
Such a cool
His artist is fantastic.
So
Yeah, I
we
like
wanted to
the
make
art,
sure that you guys were aware of this one. And the link is inside of the chat, so you can go check it out. But this only has 10 hours left. So if you guys were kind of on the fence on that one, that's your chance.
Hurry.
Get it. All right. So what else we got? We got American Eagle, right, Matt?
Oh yeah, we
Oh,
do have
I
American
got
Eagle
that.
going.
Okay, let's see here. So then we got American Eagle. That's on Indiegogo. Let's see.
Oh, this is Tribulation Task Force Parables number 2.
Oh, we can talk about that though.
They got funded.
Yep,
Wait, are
that
they
one finished up?
They reached 100%. That's fantastic.
Nice. Congratulations to Bill. And then let's see, what other ones did we have? We had Relentless Tin Soldier, I believe, right? Yeah. Yeah. So how long's that one got? That one's got 24 days to go.
24
Those
days,
guys are
they're
getting
89%. Yeah.
89. Dude, that looks cool. The artist has done a fantastic job with Tin Soldier.
So Cody, Hazen, have you guys checked out any of the Starcross comics or Endless Moons or any of these books that we're talking about?
No, I haven't
seen any of this yet. This is all new to me. It looks
Oh,
fantastic.
you're welcome.
Cool.
That's what we're here for.
Yep.
I mean, this is basically where comics are at now, is the indie stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, all the cool comics are this.
Yeah. There's like the big name stuff. There's no reason to even bother with them anymore. This is where all the creativity's at, and just the visually appealing stuff. Like if you like comics, you go on Kickstarter, Indiegogo. There's no point to go into your to any of these big names anymore, really. So this is just cool to see. Like this is essentially comics unfettered, just people making what they want now.
But you can go to your local comic shop and tell them that you want to see Cloudscratcher on the bookshelf.
Yeah, and maybe you might be if you get some more indie stuff in your local comic shop. Maybe you might have more reason to go to your local comic shop
or American Eagle. Yeah, again, supply and demand. They only supply it if you demand it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this looks crazy. Yeah, American Eagle?
American Eagle. Yeah, dude, this is pretty cool. It's the character is really cool, really cool.
Andrew Dodge jumped onto
this is
chat
so 80s,
saying,
dude. I love it.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Andrew Dodge jumped in the chat saying, as promised, he had added $300 bonus support to get it across the finish line last Friday. So thank you, Andrew Dodge. That is way cool of you.
That dude so flexes so hard.
I know.
Just can't even begin. And he beat you to Cloudscratchers as the first backer.
I know. Well, but then he comes in and he says, indie only here. But I have personally seen him comment on social media bragging about his near mint Hulk 181. So
yeah, but that's all comics. That's why I never worked with
yeah. That doesn't count.
This looks cool. I never thought I'd say this. This looks like all the good Liefeld stuff. Like it's the Rob Liefeld sort of in a good way. I never thought I'd say that.
Ooh. Be careful what you say.
That is a great.
No, Liefeld does some good work. It's in between all the fridge chest stuff. But yeah,
let me see if I can find our Liefeld badge.
It reminds me of like a cross between like Liefeld's good stuff and Todd McFarlane kind of. That's what it makes me kind of think of the art. I'm not like a big comics nerd, so maybe I'm off base with that, but that's kind of what the American Eagle art kind of puts me in the mind of.
So in the comment section here, Dominic Colby on Facebook says, sadly, I don't have a comic book shop. I've never been to one, but I really want to. So this here, the reason I wanted to spotlight this is a lot of people don't have a local shop. Like we got lucky. We have, a handful of them, or have had a handful of them in the area at least. But a lot of people don't. A lot of people, especially in rural areas, it's really difficult to find a local comic shop. And so that's what's really, really rad about things like Indiegogo, Kickstarter campaigns, and any online marketplace. I mean, I prefer for you to go to Crypto Comics because, I have children to feed. Please do it. But outside of that, you know what I mean? That's what's so great about digital comics is that you can support a creator directly and support the creation of these comics directly. And you can obtain from them the different things that you're looking to see. You know what I mean? There's different types of creators, different types of genres, all those things. And a lot of times when you find a creator that you really like, more times than not, especially in indie, I mean, like Cody was saying earlier, he's got 6,000 ideas for different comics. I mean, a lot of times it just takes that little bit of support that each of us can kind of kick in to really start steamrolling that process and make it so somebody like Cody can actually get those stories out, which ultimately just helps the entire community because then there's more and more and more for us to choose from. And when you find a creator that you do like I really enjoy Cody's style of writing and his style of art, then I know that the next book he puts out, I'm likely going to like as well. You know what I mean? And it kind of continues on and it becomes a process to where instead of you just being a member of a community or being just a specific fan of one specific creator, you can kind of build a camaraderie. And a lot of times these creators, because a lot of them are smaller than you'd imagine, you know what I mean? A lot of them, their community is their Indiegogo. It is their Kickstarter. Like they're going to recognize your name coming through. They're going to recognize those things. And you're going to bump into them in a convention. You're going to bump into them at, a social function or something like that. And you're going to walk up and say, hey, Cody, yeah, I remember when you did Cloudscratcher Volume 1 and it was awesome. And you guys are going to be able to sit down and have an actual conversation. Whereas a lot of the, I don't know, what's the word? What's a good way to put this? The big name creators, you know what I mean? They tend to get lost in those things. They don't get to build a relationship with their community directly because they've got Diamond in between them. They've got DC, they've got Marvel, they've got Image, they've got Boom.
Now, isn't it that that the big guys actually kind of more or less get in the way of their creators being able to connect to their fan base?
I've seen it happen a lot.
Yeah. It didn't used to be as bad as it is now, though.
Oh,
like
really?
2020 really set that off. As soon as you took conventions out of it, you lost it. You know what I mean? You didn't have that ability to go and talk to your favorite creators directly. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
it's not necessarily the big guys, but it was more the convention, the lack of conventions.
Well, in all fairness, it does, with the big companies and stuff, it does come down to the almighty dollar. What they think that they can push that will bring them the most revenue. Somebody says something on Twitter, that kind of attitude blows up. You got the big guys that are gonna try to follow it. So
okay.
I mean, yeah.
So
that's how we ended up with comics like the New Warriors. Sorry, the New Warriors, which I wrote blog posts about it a long time ago. It didn't fit, what people were actually looking for, but it felt like it started to fit what where the money was going. So
and if somebody wanted to actually like catch up and read up on this, where would they find your blogs at, Matt?
You can go to cryptocomics.com/blogs. They're all there.
Thank you.
Very good segue.
Damn,
hey, I was setting you up, dude. I was. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Cody, Hazen, Jared never
for being so mean.
Guys, if you guys don't know what the hell's going on here. So we got Sean Keenan in chat. What's up, Sean? Says, guys, check out Terra Olympus, now live on Kickstarter.
We actually got that up. Boom. We got it rolling, bro.
Oh, that looks so
they're so close to their goal. 142 backers, 28 days to go. Yes. Yeah. Awesome. I was kind of scrolling through this while Jared was talking a little earlier, and it's pretty nice, man.
It's Sean, bro. It's Sean. I mean, the guy's impeccable.
Sean, we've had the conversation where before you're involved in a crowdfunding campaign, you are supposed to directly message me and let me know. Once again, this hasn't happened, and I feel shunned in a way.
Don't feel shunned, bro. Sean is busy. He's not shunning you. He's Sean, man.
I should be on his direct mailing list.
Go sign up for his mailing list, dude.
I did.
Look at this art.
I know. Well, dude, Sean uses great artists. I mean, the guy's a pro. He puts great campaigns together. You guys may remember him. We actually did a couple of shows with him. He was the guy that actually had the package that his celebrity buddy was going to do a 1 hour freaking in the bathtub freaking phone call with the person who bought the package. It was awesome.
It's sold. I've ever seen still, but I love it.
It's sold. Like, I was like, you got to be kidding me. It was awesome.
You bought it, Jared. What are you talking about? It's sold. You bought it.
Matt,
it's sold, he says.
Shut up, man. You guys, that was the secret. My wife doesn't even know I spent that much money for celebrity access.
All right, let's jump back over to chat. We got King Daniel, another creator that we really
love.
What's up,
King?
And hey, guys, what's up? Sean Keenan saying, one thing I would love conventions to do is actually do an indie highlight. That way it helps people and indie creators build the platform.
Yes.
Let's take this as a moment to segue to what we like to call CouchCon, which is going to be happening next year. And Hazen, now you know. One of the things we need is an indie highlight.
Come on.
Indie
Tell
highlight.
Us about it, Hazen. Yeah. Is it going to happen, Hazen? Are you going to make it happen, Hazen? Come on, Hazen. Tell us.
I don't see why we wouldn't do something like that. We might even highlight a different person each day.
Ooh, taking it to the next level.
That's right. I said it.
CouchCon. You heard it here first, everybody.
I love how Jared and Cody both did the pointed fingers thing at the exact same time, but neither of them looked like they even noticed.
I totally didn't. You're awesome,
So Kirby
Cody.
says, how much has American Eagle got to? I might do another post on Instagram on Friday. How many days has Cloudscratcher going for? American Eagle, I think it was at 24. Cloudscratcher, what are we at on that for the Indiegogo campaign?
We're
Let's
doing
check.
60 days.
60
okay.
days.
Yeah.
All right. So with that being said, and I need to follow up the CouchCon thing real quick. Sean Keenan says, CouchCon was great. Introduced me to some super fans. Very cool.
Awesome.
So let's do this. We were just talking about some of the weird tiers that we've seen, aka Sean Keenan's tiers, which may or may not have been backed by people that are already sitting on the stream. Let's talk about some of the tiers that Cloudscratcher's got, because you guys have some interesting ones there as well. However, I did not see any Cody Bear in the bathtub tiers, but that's understandable with a family-friendly book.
Maybe for some more risque stuff.
I would love to see you in like a video call in the bathtub with like snorkel and goggles.
Hello, everybody.
Water wings.
I'm just picturing like a sud, like soap sud beard,
Splish,
Oh,
splash,
Christmas
backers.
in July.
Oh, it's a splashback.
If you do all this, Cody, please do a shout out to us.
These two.
I'll just live stream me playing with boats in the bathtub in a bubble bath for 30 minutes and never
Airplanes.
People will just be incredibly confused and uncomfortable.
Well, let's see here, guys. We got the virtual wingman tier. I like this bird tier. This is great. So flying to the
tiers too.
Yeah, these which are all
That's
brilliant.
David. David threw me those. I ain't going to take credit for that.
David's such a stud. I felt bad
Fly
kicking him
into
off.
the adventure with a digital copy of Volume 1 with full-sized, high-resolution pages and the additional content of the print version. As an added bonus, you'll receive an Indiegogo exclusive desktop wallpaper.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and very affordable, which I think is awesome. Then we've got the official co-pilot, which comes with the PDF, the wallpaper,
lowest
and
tier?
the hardcover.
Is that the lowest tier?
The PDF is, yeah.
Oh, I didn't see the PDF one.
Yep, and then we've got the co-pilot, which is that includes the Volume 1. And a lot of people, what they don't realize is, Volume 1's a giant, thick, hardcover book, too.
It is a beast.
Yeah, this isn't, most people, especially, those that we kind of spotlight and do things like that with, a lot of times it's a single comic. Keep in mind, guys, this is not a single comic book. This is a full-out hardcover graphic novel. It's a full volume. There's a lot of content inside of this thing. I think it's super cool. Then we've got the gunner seat, right? Yeah, gunner seat, which personalize your copy or anything else you might want to jazz up with your very own Cloudscratcher sticker set. And go along with that, never forget where you left off with your exclusive Cloudscratcher bookmark as well. So it sounds to me like this one, so you get the sticker set, you get the bookmark set, you get the hardcover, you get the PDF. Kind of this is where like the collector kind of tier comes in, right?
Yes, right.
Okay, cool. So now some of these say that it's like 18% off or anything like that. Is there like a deadline for people to reach to get those sale prices?
There is, but I don't know when it ends off the top of my head right now.
He's Cody.
I'm not. It is.
Way to drive that fear of missing out,
It's been
Cody.
such a crazy week. I'm just trying to get the animation and this stuff. Plus, I think like you've got like a full-time job too, Cody, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
quite a full-time job.
Dude, welcome to the party, right?
So yeah, I at this moment it escapes me. I would, as soon as if you want to get on that sale price, don't put it off. That's the best I could tell you.
There you go.
Ooh, there we go. Nicely
Then we've got
done.
the Squadron Commander, which comes with everything from the tier before, but you also get the enamel pin. And I will also throw this out there: the pin
Limited
set,
edition signed print.
that basically anything David puts his name on, is going to be like absolute top quality pins. Like and I know that sounds weird. Like a lot of people that aren't really, used to the collector industry and stuff like that, comic industry, excuse me, or as collectors, you'll get anything from like a super basic pin, which are still really cool, all the way up. And what pins do is it gives you away, especially with convention season coming back around. You throw that bad boy on your backpack, you're good to go. I would be embarrassed to showcase my backpack during a live stream because I am very, very guilty of this.
It's all clinky with this.
Well,
it's bad, dude. My backpack's bad.
I guarantee, guys, we'll get a picture of it this coming week.
I'm not even taking it. I'm not taking it to Orlando.
Oh,
What?
I
come
can't.
on.
Why not?
I can't do that.
Have to take it now.
Fry.
Is it that
I
bad
have
that
to
they'll never let you on
saran
the
wrap
plane?
that thing just
Here.
to get it through, like checking onto a plane.
Just lean onto the camera and show it
Thanks,
to us.
Nathan. I think I've got like 12 pounds worth of steel and pins on that backpack. It's ridiculous.
It could save
That's
him
awesome.
from a bullet.
Yeah, I walk through security and they just look at me and just shake their heads no slowly. You know what I mean? They're just, this isn't gonna work.
Ooh,
But-
wait a minute. I want to join this petition.
Oh no.
Change.org. Andrew Fry must show his backpack pins. Sign the petition.
Oh man. You know what's even worse is I've legit got like a giant glass that's filled with pins from all the crowdfunding campaigns I've supported over 2020. Because I didn't have a reason to put them on my backpack because we didn't have cons yet.
Oh my!
That's a stretch
shit.
goal for the petition.
Dude, I
See that?
love pins, man. Say what you will. I love pins.
Would you like to
I love
sign
pins
my
too.
petition?
It's what happens.
These are awesome.
So, then we've got the
Oh,
got the Top Gun tier, which I believe is kind of clearly the top. But this one, I
Top Gun,
think,
dude.
so you get like an exclusive figurine. So do you want to talk about that, Cody? And
Yeah, I didn't
Explain
know
the
this was an
importance
option until Dave said that we could do this, and then I squealed like a little girl.
Do it for us. Show us what that sounded like. Wait, we couldn't hear that. Try again. Go.
No, you got your one. You got your one.
you got your one, he says.
So yeah, it's gonna become with like I think it's about that big a figurine of Ixia doing the
Really?
the little fighting style pose she has.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and then choice of a pillow plush of either Felix or Ixia. So you get some physical merch, which once that was on the table, I was like, hell yes, let's go. Let's full speed ahead. Let's do it.
So now when it says signed copies, signed prints, these are signed prints and copies from you, or who else will be signing them? Is it just you?
Me. Yeah.
'Cause you do pretty much everything, right?
Yeah, it's all me, except for like the
Wow.
publishing stuff that Vivid's doing now. But in terms
Right.
of the content of the comic, yeah, I write it, I draw it,
Wow.
everything.
I'll tell you what, Jared, I will grab one of those big giant Sharpies and I'll sign your copy too, if you want.
Dude, I want something that's worth value, money, you know?
Oh,
Sorry.
Ooh.
Just speaking the truth.
Oh,
getting hot in here, man. I felt that burn.
I'm sorry. I was just joking, everybody. I'd totally take Matt's. Oh,
that was a little brutal.
I know,
seriously?
I know.
Geez, Hazen, way to kind of put it out there. Now it can't be taken back. My goodness.
Oh, it's like being a photographer. You got to wait for the right moment.
I know. I don't want those sounds. One day I'll be rich.
I think we have some images here of the. I'd put them over their Discord of the figure.
Is that going to be okay for me to showcase?
The figure will get some tweaking. This is just sort of the initial bare bones one, and I'm gonna adjust proportions, her facial expression, all that stuff. So this is just the initial like alpha.
Well, normally I go through a little process where I make sure that you guys give me approval to show it, but I'm going to take that as the approval. So there we go. Now you guys that are watching the stream get to see something that people that are backing don't get to see because these pictures haven't been made public until this point.
Exclusive for the moment.
Excellent.
You know what? Her fighting stance looks a lot like Matt Russell trying to run through a convention.
Nah, dude. He doesn't have. Look at how poised she is. I mean, Matt's more like.
A little more
The
stoic.
convention.
He's got a little more drunken master going on.
Yeah, he's more like. Ooh.
This is wonderful. Dominic Colby comes in on chat saying, Matt, next time I win a swag pack, I'll take your signature.
See, I told you. I was just joking.
Now,
joking,
Matt has to go to the office to sign some type of print or something. You know what? I'm gonna get headshots made of Matt and make him sign them.
You know what?
Please get them in
I
actual
dare
glamour
you.
shots.
Do it. I'll sign them.
Darn right. I'll let you sign them.
Let's see. Sean
And
King
then we'll
says,
give 'em to
always love
somebody."
watching your show, guys. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it, man.
Oh,
And
thanks,
Judge
John.
says, hey, Matt's an up and coming. I'd say there's some value there, Jared. It could be.
Oh, I totally agree with you, man. I totally agree with you. He'll be valuable someday. Not today, but someday. Maybe tomorrow.
Nobody's-
Tomorrow never comes.
Nobody's Illusion asked, wait, there's a Cloudscratcher Discord. Can I get the link, please?
Yeah, no, there's no Discord. We're talking about the Discord conversation we have for this
Yeah.
stream.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think
I
it's
thought
fine.
about it, but I feel I don't know. Maybe it's me beating myself up a bit, but I feel like I don't have enough readers to justify a Discord. I don't know. Maybe
Can I
I don't know.
just spend my 2 cents here, Cody.
Sure.
So, the indie way, from what I've noticed, is the ability for creators to connect with their fans. And Discord, as I have seen thus far until we are fully functional, is the best choice that you have in relation to connecting with your audience on a level that really transcends the industry's standards.
He likes the word transcend, Cody. Can you tell?
I guess I'll just say
I thought that sounded awesome.
if the crowdfund goes well, I guess that'll show there's demand for it. So I don't know. I'm not really good at running Discord.
Jiminy Christmas, you sound so excited. I think I want to be a part of this community. Yay, team.
I will say,
Humble.
I've seen Cody, you are active inside of the Dreamkeepers community as well as the CouchCon community on Discord, though.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, you're in there.
I mean, yeah, I'm in there. Technically, I'm in the Discord. I don't do anything in it, but I'm a simple man. I don't do a lot on Discord. I have like a Discord where I talk to my friends and a couple other Discords I pop into every now and then, and that's it. So I don't know much of this Discord thing. I'm very
I understand. I mean, it's a big commitment. It's a big commitment. Once you start.
Yeah, every time I'm like, okay, I'm getting on Discord. I have to bring my daughter in and like, okay, what am I doing now?
Hazen, do you auto log into Discord like me?
Do I auto log into Discord? Yeah, I don't like type in my
Pops
login
up
information like a
as soon-
caveman every time. No.
No, man, mine's up and running, ready to go. I just never look at it.
yeah, same.
Oh, thanks, Jared.
I'm sorry. When did a gallon of Sunny D appear behind Matt? Has that been here the whole time?
Not the whole time.
I just somehow missed that.
It's like a Sunny D commercial. Matt,
Oh yeah, Sunny D.
He's even got the logo facing the camera for maximum product placement.
I'm not getting paid for this, guys.
Your guys are killing me here.
Oh god.
Okay, so I had some blood sugar issues, so I've been chugging on the Sunny D for a while.
You don't have to make excuses. It's fine. It's just I just noticed that, and I was like, "What has that hit my vision for what 2 hours we're going on now?"
Sean's coming in asking on Facebook,
oh,
what happened to
insightful.
Jared? He's so delightful today.
No,
We told him to turn it up
insightful,
to
dude.
11.
Insightful.
Not delightful, insightful. Oh my heck! You totally ruined the meaning of the statement. I'm taking it
An
down.
insight. 10 points. to
Yeah, I'm
Gryffindor for Jared.
insightful. It means I'm wise beyond words, right?
Sure. Sean says, I want Matt and his
Oh,
daughter to
man.
review Masters of the Universe Revelations.
You know, I just messaged her and she said she's down. So we will get that put together just for you, Sean.
And then Nobody's Illusion comes in to say, wait, there's a Dreamkeepers one. Please give me the link. You can actually find it if you go to Dreamkeepers Comics website.
Mhm.
The problem with putting Discord links inside of our chat is we're using StreamYards and it goes to every platform. And the social platform that shall not be named, thank you, Zuckerberg, decides to try to can our stream if we put a Discord link inside of the chat we found.
Is that what happened to us?
Just go to dreamkeeperscomic.com and
Yes, sir.
everything is there. The comic, the Discord, everything is there.
Oh, man.
All right,
tell you what,
everything is there.
It is there. There it is.
This is so bad.
All right, so should we touch base on some of these news topics that we were supposed to hit about an hour and a half ago?
Well, Sean
I totally forgot.
Did I cut you off? I'm
news.
sorry, Matt.
I
I'm sorry about
forgot we
that,
were on
buddy.
stream.
Oh, wait a minute. We got a show to do, guys. You guys need to get on track. When did we lose control of this stream? Dang it, guys.
Within
minute
minute
you
one.
brought me on.
Wait, what? What happened?
We
Hazen?
didn't even make it through the
Brought me on.
intro.
There will be nothing but chaos.
Hazen, we're so glad that we brought you on because, I mean, there would have been chaos without you. Thank you. Thank you so
Fantastic.
With all the fight challenges and everything. Hazen Cruise is what.
What's these guys? Oh!
All right. So in the
Oh,
news, recently,
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. Where are we, Toto? Where are we? Where the fuck?
You guys can interrupt everybody. It's my turn.
all
Never
right.
interrupted anybody.
Cody's
Why?
just looking at the camera like, what the hell is going on here now?
What
Welcome
is
to
that
Couch, Cody.
footage? What is that footage from?
That's Jared in his backyard.
That's Jared.
I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Just so you know, I'm Batman. Oh, I'm Batman.
All right, what's
Okay.
up with the news, Matt?
Batman.
Let's go.
So Superman, well, more specifically,
Batman.
DC Comics has been getting a little bit of flack lately over a recent Superman panel where they changed the whole truth, justice, and American way.
What?
Yeah,
Okay, say that again. What?
yeah, they changed kind of Superman's slogan. I mean, going back to the 40s, it was always truth,
Okay.
justice, and the American way. Now
Okay.
it reads truth, justice, and a better world. So, how do you guys actually feel about that?
Well, you
I
don't
feel,
wanna
I feel like they're
upset China.
globalists.
That's the whole reason they do it. It's China. It's always China with these big companies because they think they can
I would
make
agree
up
with
for
that.
the losses if they just kiss China's butt enough.
Oh, they are making up for losses in China.
Yeah,
Trust me.
you got 1.3 billion people.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people, but I have my doubts as to whether or not this thing is these kinds of things are financially worth it to lose out
They're not.
on the business they could be making here. Because I don't know exactly how much China gives two craps about Superman, but
They love like any kind of movies, like, because they haven't had like this kind of stuff, like the Hollywood movies and stuff like that. That there's not been like a thing that people have really been into, or like a lot of people can't even access there for a long time. And then all of a sudden, like 5 years ago, they opened up. And now there's like Justice League and what's the other, Avengers and you know, Guardians of the Galaxy, all that stuff. They put that over there in China. Star Wars is there now. You know what? One of the biggest grossing things that I hear, I haven't checked the numbers on this, the Transformers movies. I asked myself, like, maybe a year ago, I was like, is Michael Bay still making Transformers? Who is watching this? And then you see, like, it comes out in the US, right? And it's like a $40 million movie. And it comes out in the US, the box office, it does like,
It was a lot more than that.
it's like, well, I'm just saying, like, as an example,
Yeah, it was.
let's say 400 million. It's
right.
a $400 million movie. Box office in the US, it'll do a little over that, 500 million, something like that. They go global. And when you went global, it used to not be like this, but now that those markets are opened up for movies and cinema in China, they go global and they get like $2-3 billion back or something. It's something insane.
But I don't know how much money comic books are making in China.
I don't know either, but they're certainly trying to get to
that's what
market,
they're doing. It's just appeasing China.
From
the last reported numbers. Oh, sorry, Matt. Just to add into this, the last reported numbers for comic books. This is for published physical comic books. 3.1 billion in China compared to 2.1 billion for the rest of the world combined.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, it's not the superhero comic books that are big in China. It's all the other stuff. So the Marvel and DC, where they're mostly focused on the superhero comics, they're not that big in China.
It doesn't matter though.
Marvel, their actual one of their new movies is getting banned in China.
Which one? Do you know?
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. What is that?
I don't even know what that one is.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. It's a new one coming out. It looks to be pretty good, but they're having some issues with in the comics. The main character, his dad, goes by the name of Fu Manchu, and stuff like
one
that.
Of my favorite hairstyles.
So
yeah, that sounds like a leftover from the 50s or 60s or something. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was. More the 70s, but I mean, it was just
okay.
Yeah, just due to the source material, they're banning, and they can actually only show a certain percent of movies coming from America into China in cinemas if they're for-profit movies.
Yeah, it's just sad that they essentially just have to kowtow to all these things that have been established just to appease China. And at that point,
hold on. I've got an argument for you because I was just thinking about this.
Argue it
from a current perspective. Okay, so the original statement, Matt, was could you say it for me one more time?
With the
Superman's, right.
Okay. So it went from Truth, Justice, and the American Way to Truth, Justice, and a Better World. Now, a lot. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Finish, and then I'll bring in my argument.
I was going to say a lot of people are like attributing this kind of attitude to the same thing that we're seeing with like a lot of the Olympics right now, where people are actually winning gold or silver or bronze or whatever, and not representing America in that aspect.
Okay. Okay. I'm ready.
Okay.
All right. So here's my argument. Now I can understand the Chinese perspective. I see a lot of that censorship going on in the world today. However, concerning that statement was made when comics existed only in America. And to date, we have creators from all over the world just in our marketplace alone. The idea for a better world actually fits with Superman because Superman doesn't belong to any state or continent. He's global in his always fighting for justice around the world. Like if there's a big issue, he's not limited to just fighting in America. So the idea of it changing to a better world, as long as it's not Build Back Better or something stupid like that, then it would be that it's a global or an embracement of the ideas that as a world, as a planet, as a superhero that really is a part of the whole world, that he would be more concerned with the whole world than just one continent or the United States. That would be my argument.
Well, then don't use the catchphrase. Use something different. Don't. If Truth, Justice, the American Way was like, oh, he was an American superhero and now he's not, don't use the catchphrase because it comes off as disrespectful. Because you've taken that's why people get mad, because they know what it was and they know what you took out and the specific thing you took out.
So if they had changed it completely, like if they had come up with a whole different catchphrase, that would be better than changing a piece of the catchphrase?
Yeah, because then when you change a piece of the catchphrase, the thing that you changed is spotlighted. Why you take that part out? That part was fine. That part was fine as is.
That's a good point.
This part you took out. Why? And then that's what causes the uproar. So just new phrase, just something whole new. How about some of these superhero comic writers actually learn to write, so you have the creative ability to come up with a new phrase that sticks. If you were a halfway decent writer, you wouldn't need to rely on old catchphrases that were written decades ago by people that were much better than you.
Well, the writers, buddy, join in.
The writers, I will posit, like, they don't always have a lot of control over that. Like, I don't know whose name is on that book as a writer, but they may not have written that. Like, that's just kind of how the industry works. I talked to Steve Niles,
Tom
the guy who
Taylor.
wrote 30 Days a Night. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I talked to him one time in Charlotte at a convention. I guess Jared is gone. He's had
he
enough.
had to drop for just a moment.
Okay. But I talked to him one time at a convention when he did a panel on like creating comics, because the first time I tried to get into comics was like physical books. And he explained to me, he said, yeah, I used to work on the Hulk. And this is like stuff he will publicly say. It wasn't like a one-on-one conversation. It was like, a group of people talking to him. He said, I used to work for Marvel and I wrote for the Hulk. And there was some story arc, I think it was World War Hulk or something, where he said that somebody from Marvel, like one of the directors, approached him and said, hey, this story arc you wrote for the Hulk, really good. We think it would be really cool if at the end of this, the Hulk turned himself in. And he said, well, I don't think that would be good. Like, what would be his motivation to do that? Like, it didn't make any sense in the context of whatever the arc of the story was. And Marvel basically just said, okay, yeah, dude, that's cool. You're the writer, so you go ahead and write whatever you want. And when the book came out, they had hired a ghostwriter to write some ending where the Hulk turned himself in. Everybody hated it, and Steve Niles' name was on it. And they associated that with being like what he wrote. So he told me that story, and it changed forever. Like, I don't think I ever want to work for like these companies. Like, I'm sure they still make some good stuff. I haven't seen it lately, but I'm sure it's out there. But that's not I wouldn't be down with that, man. Like, I don't know if you could pay me enough to put my name on something I didn't write that everybody hated. Well,
it's interesting that you point that out, Hazen, just because lately we're seeing a lot of really big name. What's the correct way of terming this? Big three writers, we'll call it. So writers that primarily focus on, DC, Marvel, etc. We're seeing a lot of them split off and go just straight indie out of nowhere, seemingly. Gaining a hell of a lot of fan base and then getting pulled back into Marvel and DC just because of their recent popularity. So, for example, like Donny Cates, we've seen that happen with, and he was very public about, he wrote for many different stories in Marvel and DC, split off, started doing his own indie thing. They drug him back in, with contract talks, and that's how Cosmic Ghost Rider came. Because he flat out said the only way I'm going to write for you is if I write something that I want to write. You know what I mean? And I mean, I talk about that comic all the time because I love it. But, that just goes to show that a lot of times these writers, when they're not handcuffed by these little bylaws and stuff that are written into their contracts on how they have to keep, what DC believes is perfect for Superman, for example, like in this case, a lot of times the writer is accurate. They know what the creator or what the collectors want to see. They know what we're all pining for, and they know what we expect to see in a different book. Look at Tynion. Like, Tynion was killing it with Marvel and DC, and then just split off, went indie, and everything that dude's making is killing it now. I mean, Something's Killing Children is absolutely bonkers. I think it's like 8th print now.
I think so.
Got
something
signed on
that.
for a movie or a TV show or something like that.
You know
what I mean? And that's an indie book.
Yeah, Netflix just picked it up as a series. Netflix is already planning on a spin-off series that's not
Yeah.
connected to the spin-off series comic that they already have lined up. It's amazing.
So yeah, I think what Cody's saying has a lot of teeth to it, just because a lot of times these writers, like somebody like Cody that's got all these ideas, they came up with those ideas not out of nowhere. They came up with them because they were fans originally of these different comics, and they thought of really interesting and really dynamic ways of using these creators in these situations and creating something new with those ideas. And I think a lot of the stuff that we see in indie now, I'm not trying to call it Cloudscratcher or anything like that, Cody, to be clear, but I think a lot of these really, really well-written indie comics like Cloudscratcher, a vast majority of those ideas started out with them reading some other comic, coming up with these ideas, and then transferring them into their own world, because it's the only way that these writers can actually, get these things into print and into people's hands.
Everybody's inspired by something. And I think that's sort of the problem you're seeing with a lot of the big superhero stuff now. It doesn't feel like it's written by people that were inspired by anything. It's a lot of narcissism behind it. It's a lot of narcissism.
Well, not all.
Because you see a lot, though, because you get the writers like, I want to make my mark on this. Like, I'm going to, either I'm going to subvert it because I'm not just writing some superhero story. I'm writing something bigger. Like, who the hell are you? First of all, superhero stories are it's like the foundation of comics. Like, you think you're bigger than superhero stories. Let me, little buddy of mine named The Avengers. You want to compare the box office numbers that made? And you're going to say, I'm writing something bigger. I'm writing something more deep and introspective. No one cares about your depth and introspection, you hack.
There have been writers.
Well, yeah.
I would love to dunk on a lot of those people as much as the next guy, but there have been writers in the past that have, I would say, revolutionized some of the way the comics work, even within superhero stories, like Alan Moore, for example. Alan Moore, love him or hate him,
that's a good one.
He wrote for Swamp Thing. I don't even know a lot about DC Comics, but I know from the context of Swamp Thing, he made the entire wacky reset, everything continuum of DC Comics work. Like, it explained why there was a Superman and there could also be a Superboy and all this other stuff. And people loved that. And then after he left DC Comics, they had to flush it all because they couldn't find anybody who could or was willing to write around all that stuff that he wrote.
Well, when you think of the people that revolutionize something, it's usually past tense. A lot of the people today, and I think that's why people are fleeing Marvel and DC, and they're going to crowdfunding campaigns, and they're going to independent stuff, because even if you grew up loving Batman or Superman, go pick up a modern Batman and Superman comic and tell me how enthralled you are. You probably, if anything, you'll probably be picking it up out of some kind of obligation, because it's Batman or Superman. There's not a lot of modern Batman, Superman, or Marvel, DC comics runs that are great.
Have you read one of the Tinian Batman books? I am not a DC fan. Everyone that has ever watched this show knows this, but those books are badass. I will say that.
Yeah, but it's that versus how many of the other ones, It's
oh yeah, it's totally.
Yeah.
But that's because Tinian is a great writer, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
But that's sort of what I'm getting at. It's just that's the state of superhero comics today. That's why everybody just reads manga. I mean, manga's even kicking our ass in superhero comics.
So a while ago,
but they stay true to their story.
Yeah, that's why they're kicking our ass.
For generations. What is that pirate boat one on? It's
One Piece
30th freaking season.
Yeah. It's because the guy knows. Well, that one, the author's got a good formula, because he said it before, because they go to different islands. If I want to tell a different kind of story, I just have them go to a different kind of island, and I'll tell you that story.
Yeah.
It's a good, that's one of the reasons people still keep reading it, because he can do something like that. And he had that idea early on of something like, I'm going to be doing this for a while. Here's a way I can sustain it. There's you need to have that thought. And I think we're getting plus to a point with superhero comics where there's a there's an inherent problem with them that's starting to show the cracks now more than ever, and it's they can't change. They can't. You can't have Batman's always got to be Bruce Wayne. He's always got to have the Joker. You can't change that. And that was, you could get away with that for only so many decades before people are like, all right, why don't you just kill the Joker? Why are you still, why is
the Batman?
Yeah. Why is, how many decades? And then you have to answer like, okay, so all of this is canon. So how old is Bruce Wayne?
He's like 15,000 years old.
Canon? What is the time frame in which this is taking place? That's the cracks are starting to show, and I think that's another reason too that that manga's kind of kicking our ass right now, because they'll do that. They'll just like they'll upend the whole thing and like, oh, like they got that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure has a new main character every storyline. So it's got that longevity, like, oh, how long does this take place? Well, here's the exact year. The character ages, you know, you can't have that with Batman and Superman. They can never change from what's on all the merchandise.
Do you have plans to cross that bridge with your stories?
Yeah, I mentioned before that in Cloudscratcher, you know, the two main characters, the two kid main characters,
they grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's something I've planned with all of them because my stories all have a definitive end. Like all of them have a plan, except for one, and it's because it's made to be going on forever. It's like a superhero parody thing. So it's otherwise if you're going to tell a serious story grounded in reality, there are things you have to address. And one of them is the passage of time, and one of them is character development. And that's the problem. And I think that's why a lot of people view stuff like Batman and Superman almost like a run is a separate story, where it's like almost that you have the Tim Burton Batman versus the Christopher Nolan Batman. And the issue is sort of coming in that Marvel and DC don't see it that way. They see it as one extended canon, but like there's problems with that. You can't just keep resetting your universes to answer that problem. Eventually, like, why would I care if Batman's in trouble? I know he's not going to die. Why would I care if Superman is in a pickle? They're not killing off Superman. They already tried that, and then he came back. So
quickly, very quickly.
Yeah.
Well, in all fairness, they did actually set it up. They always planned on bringing him back at this point, you know, with this. Well,
of course.
So they had the whole story lined up before they ever killed him.
But you can't do that again. You can't say Superman dies, because we've been there. It's like, yeah, we've heard that. Death of Superman. Yeah. You can't ever kill off Superman because he's on a bunch of T-shirts and mugs and action figures.
Dude, actually, they did a pretty good job killing him off in Deceased.
And where is he now?
Who read it?
Yeah.
Deceased?
No, I'm saying like Superman. You can't really kill him off. Like in the canon, you know, the big.
Oh yeah, in the main Superman.
Yeah. Like,
well, even then, he is aging out of the role, and his son is taking over. In fact, this whole controversy, it's his son Jonathan.
The son between him and Wonder Woman.
No, him and Lois.
Lover's quarrel.
Oh,
happens every time.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. I thought that Superman.
That was a joke. I haven't read it. I don't know.
Wonder Woman.
I haven't touched a new DC comic in 2 years.
You know, I know what we could call this, man. Superhero Groundhog Day.
That's what it is. That's kind of what it is.
That's a good point.
And the problem is, like, the way it should be at this point is the movie route of like a new run, a new story, because you can't feasibly keep this canon going. It was neat for like 20, 30 years, but after a while it's like, okay, so you're telling me the 70s stuff is canon, but Peter Parker is only like in his 30s?
Hold on. I mean, technically speaking, they can because of the movies. So like, for instance, people are getting saturated and kind of they're not as excited about the comics, but you can take all those stories and throw them up onto the big screen, and they could do this for another 30 years.
Yeah, but then the 30 years will pass and we'll have this issue all over again. But that's a problem comics are having. The movies, they're all new. And then you just have the problem of how many times do I need their origin story told to me every time?
Well, several times if you're going to retell it a different way each time. I mean,
yeah, it's a different way each time. But like, I I have a buddy of mine that's a big Spider-Man fan, and he was getting sick of Spider-Man movies because he was like, I get it. He got bit by a radioactive spider. Just jump in. Tell me a new story. For a while, it was, and it's the same thing with Batman. Like, how many times do I have to see Batman's parents get shot? We know. That's sort of the other hurdle you have to overcome is when you establish the character, how many times you're going to tell the same thing. But if you try to be too different, then people you have to be good at being different, because if you tell a different story, then it's going to be hokey or feel like you're trying too hard. So it's sort of a tightrope now. And like I said, I think the traditional superheroes are starting to they're getting new life in the movies for obvious reasons, but in comics, the cracks are starting to show.
Yeah, I am glad to see them experimenting with more stuff. They're like Into the Spider-Verse. Again, love it or hate it, it was a weird new thing that I don't think I've ever seen a superhero movie, especially a established superhero type of property do. And it was done really well, and it was really vibrant and just like totally different. And I loved it.
I only wish they would have done one thing, and that's retell the origin of Spider-Ham.
Spider-Ham.
So, are they going to?
I don't know. But
what is his origin? He was a variant cover, right? Is it?
If you
it is lively, Garrett. I know.
He started out as a spider who got bit by a radioactive pig instead of
How did he survive?
I don't know.
He hit him between the molars, like in the bumps of the molars.
I would absolutely love to see that.
Yeah, that's going to be into the Spider-Verse too.
What's the next news? What's the next news? We've beaten this horse to death.
Oh yeah.
We are at close to 2.5 hours.
Wait. We just need to bring closure to that discussion. Indy's rule. Okay, let's move on.
Last topic we'll talk about for the news tonight, since we are at 2.5 hours, is congratulations to Willie Silver and GF Andrew Dodge, 1981. Both of you two are the winners of the swag bag tonight for claiming the badges. So great job, guys. Appreciate it. So yeah, you guys have both won before, so you know what to do. Make sure you jump inside of Crypto Comics Marketplace on the dashboard, shoot us a comment message, and let us know your address. That way we can keep it up to date and everything like that. I know that both of you guys have won before, but we'd like to try to keep that up to date. That way we're not mailing to somebody's old address, something like that. So thank you guys for claiming. Thank you everybody that did. Oh, cool. And they're already in chat. Andrew Dodge says, yay, thank you. And Willie Silver says, thanks for another cool pack. Yeah, so these ones will be
wait a minute. We have a question. We have a question that we should probably address real quick. Dominic comes in saying, on the topic of Spider-Man, can anyone explain how in Spider-Man and his amazing friends came to live in the same apartment? What is he talking about?
Have you seen rent prices right now? Of course they live in the same apartment.
They just went on like Zillow and they all happen to find the same place.
Okay, so the answer to your question, Dominic, is Zillow.
Say that again, Cody.
I said, hey, Spider Zillow.
Oh, nicely done. Nicely done. Way to take that up a stairs, too.
Spider Zillow. Wait,
we're getting into Morse code.
Iceman, Silver Surfer, and Spider-Man, right?
What was that?
Spider-Man and his amazing friends is Silver Surfer, Iceman, and Spider-Man, right?
It was Iceman and Firestar.
Well, Silver Surfer wasn't even in that. That's a Fantastic Four thing, anyway.
Yeah.
Like I said, not a big comic buff guy.
The Herald of Galactus is rooming with Spider-Man.
Cartoon logic, everybody. Don't overthink it. That comes from Illusion. She's just letting us know. Thank you, Illusion.
Thank you, Illusion.
All right, everybody. Hold on 1 second. 1 second.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. Jared, Cody is
stop. Oh my heck! All right, fine, go.
So thank you, everybody, for coming. Keep in mind that you guys can go and check out Cloudscratcher on Indiegogo. I believe that campaign is for 40 days. Is that correct?
60 days.
60 days. So 60 days from today, which is August 2nd. So you do have a little while to get in there and back it. Get in, check everything out. Check out those different tiers that are available. A lot of those tiers are numbered though. So if you see one that you do like, make sure you jump on it sooner rather than later, because you don't want to miss out on some of those, especially the higher tier stuff. That's what you're looking at doing. Because as soon as those things sell out, you know what I mean? They're gone.
They're gone.
And once again, like, make sure you guys share that out. It does a huge help and a huge solid for Cody.
Yes.
Helps him get his name out, helps get the book out. But keep in mind, this is volume 1. This isn't a single comic. This isn't something that isn't made yet. This isn't something that's in production. This is something that is ready to go. And this is Cody looking to essentially, start generating an income off of this to the point to where he can actually start putting these books out more frequently. Again, as Cody had said earlier, this isn't some, get rich now kind of deal. He's looking at doing this for the long haul, and this is our way of helping to support that and support a really badass creator and a really badass creation. So everybody go and check that out.
Badass creator. Smart guy too. He has all sorts of awesome answers.
That's true. So make sure you share that out. Throw it up on social media. Throw it up in your different Discord groups. Share it out amongst your friends. Let people know about it, especially those who have families. This is a great book for people to grab for their kids, stuff like that. A, it's family friendly. B, it's hardcover, which means the kids are going to have a harder time friggin' destroying it, which is very important. I've got kids, man. I know that's an important thing. They're going to chew on it, on the binding, stuff like that. It's going to be great.
Dude, what you raising over there?
It'll happen. I'm pretty sure they're part Velociraptor at this point. It's creepy. But yeah, I mean, this is one of those things that everybody can kind of get behind and everybody can support. And, the indie community needs more of this. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Cody, for coming out with this, man. That's awesome. And thank you, everybody at Vivid, for helping support him and getting it out there. Hazen, you're here on behalf of all of Vivid tonight. So, dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
Hey, no problem.
Do you guys have anything you'd like to say to wrap this up?
I had a rough day today. This was a great way to unwind. I'm glad I came on.
Great.
Glad to have you. Glad to have you.
Glad you could make it.
Yeah, it was a tight squeeze. It was pretty much just shoving food in my mouth and on the way home and slid in here and then jumped on.
Yeah,
I'm on the Discord on the phone sending messages to Hazen and them, shoving food in my mouth trying to get home.
I swear I'm coming.
I gotta make it for the stream.
Well, we're happy you crammed everything else together in your schedule to make it here. It's been a hoot having you and being on the show and everything. Yeah, just go read Cloudscratcher. Even if you don't know if you want to back it, if you can't do it right now, read it. Just go read it. Just go check it out. I mean, it really is a good read. It's free. What have you got to lose? Do you have time to do something tonight? Just go read like a couple pages, a chapter or something. It's actually really good. It's easy. It's like SWAT cats kind of in a way. Sometimes it's just really good.
Yeah,
it's this comic.
It's pretty much a little bit of everything. Especially like certain characters are reminiscent of certain shows and certain storylines are reminiscent of certain moments and all that. It's my childhood, and I barfed out my childhood for all to see and enjoy.
Go support Cody's vomit.
Yeah. My vomit, my idea, diarrhea. I got all of the comparisons tonight. I got all the similes, the metaphors.
Well, Rose wants to wish you best wishes, Cody, and good morning from Rose. Good night to you. Until next time, sending hearts, hugs, and kisses. I hope I can watch or listen. We hope you can watch or listen too with that kind of flirting. Woo. Yeah, girl.
All right, everybody. Don't forget.
He was digging the flirt, and he knows what's up. And Willie Silver came in saying, "I've just barely scratched the cloud, but I'm thrilled with it, so I have backed it already. Thanks, Cody."
Hey.
Wow. Nice. Awesome, guys. Hey, thank you, everybody, for watching the show and indie creators and supporting indie creators. It's awesome. Thank you. Are you the one that keeps playing that, Hazen? Here, let me show you what I think of that.
Did you just kick off
my
Hazen?
Okay.
This is why we can't have friends.
Hazen, I'm sorry. Okay.
I'm sorry,
Now
Hazen.
you're gonna get it.
Oh, sorry, dude. Don't worry. You can do that when you invite me to your show.
All right. Everybody, make sure you guys like. Make sure you hit the that's all good. Bye-bye.
Great. Great idea. Nobody's losing. Great idea.